Snake.
R2? Where are you? R2? R2? R2, you're on fire! R2-D2, you found a cigarette. Well, I don't think smoking is grown up at all. Because it's very dangerous. Smoking does dreadful things to your lungs and is very bad for your heart. Well, I know I don't have one, but humans do, and I think we should set a good example. Well done, R2. Oh, hello. You know smoking is bad for your health, and it isn't grown up at all. So please, don't smoke. R2, do you really think I don't have a heart?
The following program deals with a controversial subject. The theories expressed are not the only possible interpretation.
The viewer is invited to make a judgment based on all available information. Real fucking high on drugs.
Yeah, real fucking high on drugs. What up, everybody? Welcome to another Saturday night, another Modern Comic Mayhem. We got to start the show off tonight in style, you guys. Ladies and gentlemen, the book has been pulled. Get with it, Drew.
Waiting payment on that auction. So yeah, where are we on this? Oh, you know what? Free signature. Congratulations again, or processing or something like that. See it. Here we go. Again, this is get some grabs with friends. Again, anything can happen. This bag did not rip.
Wait till you see this.
This bag is not ripping like it should be. I had no scissor.
This was this week. This was last night.
Bad rip. Who knows? Bad rip. Maybe that's a sign. Here we go. Good luck. We have foil cover right here. We have cover A. Good luck, 2012. What's that, my friends? What's that? No way. Oh my God, that's issue number 1.
No,
holy crap, that's issue number 1. That is issue number 1. That's the 1-in-1. That is the 1-in-1. Oh my God. Get Big Clutch in here. There better be some hearts. Oh my God, we just got issue number 1. That is, oh my God, 2012 Stubbs again. Sir, would you like this book? Oh my God. Oh my goodness. We just got the hit, my friends. We just got the hit. Get Big Clutch in here. Oh my God. Issue number 1. Oh, would you like this book signed tomorrow?
It didn't sell for $68. So what they do is so they wait for people that are selling the bags. They have to wait for the person to pay and say open them. So they'll run another book in between. So this bag I think sold for like around $300. So yeah, pretty amazing, right?
I tell you what, I think Drew does a really good job on Whatnot. Like, he's very entertaining.
Yeah, it's on eBay Live though. eBay Live.
Or eBay Live. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Pretty crazy, man. Did
That's
everybody's
awesome.
packs just go? Doo!
Yeah, it's been hit.
It's been hit. Well, here's the thing though. The second God pack hasn't been hit, and there's a bunch of sketches that haven't been hit yet. So
I was about to say, 'cause as much as it seemed like there was in all those packs, I mean, it's got to be still, yeah.
and I think there's a first battle beast that still hasn't been hit. I think a raw one maybe. I don't know. I wish they would have kept like Clutch did a really good show with the guys on Cover Price on Monday, and I really hope that the next time something like this happens, especially if like Clutch is involved, it'll be easier to say, okay, these are the things that we need to do this time, and keeping track, if we can, of the hits would be unreal because nobody's ever done that. Not even like the card world. There hasn't been like a website that keeps track of the big hits, right? That I can think of. Maybe there is, but nothing, no app or no.
I mean, the whole fact, like they're always talking about, like, hey, this one has like this Curry's never been hit. We don't know where it is, or like the Brady, was it the 05, like the 101 getting hit like recently. I don't know. I don't think there may be something, but I'm not familiar with it. If there is, because I was talking to Hood earlier, and I was talking about Invincible, and I was like, man, I just finished season 1, and it is really, really good.
Yeah. Yep.
And it's
going to get better.
So if anyone's watched Voltron, so I mentioned this to Hood too. I was like, if you've watched Voltron that was on Netflix, the clones, their voice, like I think the animation is the exact same people who did Voltron, and the clones sound like Zarkon, and Invincible or Mark sounds just like Keith the Red Lion. Because I actually at one point I was like, that's Keith, and it just hit me like on the episode like 2 or 3, like immediately.
Yeah. Dave's Collection says, still a Nick fan, been here since Ewing. Yeah. I know that feeling, man. I've been a Nick fan since
they
the
weren't
early
going to
90s.
beat OKC.
Yeah, they would.
OKC is like the way I would compare them is like the Seattle Seahawks when they obliterated Peyton Manning in the Super Bowl, that Legion of Boom.
Yeah.
Bro, they don't fuck around. They don't play around with leads. Like if they're up by 30, they're not chunking up threes. They're going to the bucket, dude, and they're trying to kill you and try and beat you by 40.
Yeah.
They're fundamentally sound. They are going to light Indiana up. If it's close, then the NBA has a fix in, because, bro, based on what I've seen, they're going to blow Indiana out, man. It's not even going to be serious. Shit's going to be quick, man.
Joe, tell them where
I'll be shocked if
playing.
Indiana gets one. I'll be shocked, shocked.
Joe, tell them where SGA should be playing.
Oh yeah,
Charlotte.
We were talking about SGA and should be in Charlotte.
Kobe's one thing, and then just draft SGA. And
I never asked Big Leg what he thought about SGA with OKC. Man, they gave a lot for Paul George, bro.
Yeah.
And I've never been impressed with Paul George. He fucking sucks.
I was only impressed with Paul George back in his Pacer days.
It was the Pacers.
Yeah.
And I really didn't think he was that great.
He's pretty good with the Pacers. I mean, he was really good with the Pacers. Like,
he was okay.
But
guys like him, Jimmy Butler, like they're not the.
All they want is the paycheck. They just want the $50 million a year. They don't want to play that much. Give me every other night off. It's amazing.
You know what was amazing? That fucking what you call it, Jokic in Denver took OKC to 7.
Yeah,
that was amazing.
Denver's really good. I mean, when Murray's playing like they're really tough to beat. I mean, like Joker's just a stud, but when Murray's on, especially when you get like Porter and Grant and those guys to really chime in. But
I thought
the West got a lot of good teams. It's too bad. I felt bad for the Timberwolves when they had to trade Cat, because I'm like, man, Cat with Edwards, and they had Rudy Gobert. It's just defensively he's a stud, but I was like, man, they got a stacked team. Yeah,
man, I would trade Gobert, dude.
Right.
In Minnesota, man, bro. Okay, if either OKC is that dominating, like Lou Dort. Right? It's got a funny name. Bro, you know what they call that motherfucker? the torture chamber, bro. Bro, like,
Great.
and when you
That's awesome.
they were Brian Windhorst was diagramming how effective Lou Dort was, dude. And then I can see that's why they call him the torture chamber. They go, oh, they'll just put him in the torture chamber. And I was like, bro, that's a sick fucking nickname, bro.
Yeah.
But I
And I
gotta
was
tell you,
like, holy shit, like all this shit, I didn't even know what was going on. I never really paid too much attention to OKC, man.
hey, when you watch
Cleveland was the one kicking
conference
the shit out
finals,
of everybody, man.
when you watch the conference finals, I have a really hard time watching the Oklahoma City, Minnesota, because the Mike Green and Doris Burke, like they're just awful.
Oh,
they're
God,
terrible.
They're terrible.
But the TNT team is great to listen to.
Sad that TNT team is done, dude.
I know.
Hey, they're going to ESPN, bro. All
Really?
of them.
Well, everybody, not Ernie Johnson's not, but that's the in-house. I'm talking about like the
I heard
play-by-play, the
Ernie
color
was
guys.
going to go.
Well, I would tell you the in studio needs to go because like no one wants to watch like the ESPN in studio. It's brutal. But like literally the color and play-by-play with Mike Green, Doris Burke versus is it? And I always mess up his name. I always want to say Ian Eagle because he does a lot of NCAA. He's really good on the play-by-play and the color with Van Gundy and Reggie Miller. So much better than Doris Burke, who at some point brought in the World War II reference about France and Germany that night.
It was like,
why?
You know,
what are you doing? And then in Green, he's not terrible. He's more of a he's not the primetime like Fox NFL game. Like he'd be more like the hey, you're getting the Saints Panthers, like you're getting like the B or the C team. They're terrible.
Well, Shaq came out yesterday and said all of them were going to ESPN, the whole crew.
Well, they had the goodbye for Ernie Johnson. You see Shaq tearing up over that?
Really?
Yeah.
He just said yesterday all of them were going.
Kenny, and I think when he says everybody, I think he's talking about like, you know, besides Barkley and Kenny, they're probably, you know, some other folks.
You need Ernie Johnson.
Yeah, you got to have Ernie.
Not the same.
You got to have Ernie.
So we got to talk about something else here because
what happened?
There was a big book on the Hot 10 last night that I love that we talked about. And this beauty. Now, here's the crazy thing. You guys want to get taken behind the scenes. You guys want to see how the bread is made, or what is that saying? See how the something is made. Sausage is made. There we go.
Yeah, secret sauce.
Look at what Nate put up on his IG today.
Yeah, that guy is an asshole. You know.
I'm not a fan.
No, Trial by Gods is cool. Nate's an asshole.
Trial by Joe.
So how are you gonna? What's your plan on how you're gonna frame it?
So my thought is, you take this and then you take the 1 in 10 variant to the side because I do think you, with it being that much white space, you've got to have something that explains kind of what you're looking at.
Totally.
But because the comics are so small beside it, my thought was actually,
how big is it? Let me see how big it is.
Hey. Keep your pants on, Nate.
Fucking hood.
Did I take them off again? You never know.
Brian, how big is it?
Oh, this is only a radio.
I know, right?
This would be great.
Clip it.
So.
Oh wow!
Oh wow! That looks even better right there.
Regular. What are those, Bristol boards or something like that?
I was actually looking at the arrow because to me that would be the toughest part about drawing it, because of that tip of the arrow. Because you could have that thing pointing like kind of a little bit anywhere, and is it actually going to like look like it should be pointing the right way?
Yeah.
And you could actually see on there he kind of redrew it more than once.
Yeah.
When you see the blue lines.
Yeah, that's cool. That's super cool, dude.
You know, honestly, Brian, I had never thought about it, but like when you did that Saturday show this a couple months ago, and we saw this was coming out because this was the first one that Portela did, the Snake Eyes.
Yeah.
I want to say, was this 310, 311? And I was man, that looks awesome. As the 1 in 10, and he's been doing them since. and I want to say Roadblock. No, Storm Shadow's next on 318 and Roadblock's on 319. So my thought is you take the art, you take the Scarlet variant, put it here, and you've got all this white space here. You get an autographed picture of BJ Ward, who did the voice for Scarlet, on like one of the old animation cells, and you put it above the comic.
Or like it goes in between. You could do like a layered effect where it goes in between the comic and the big white space on the board, and it kind of just lays over it. You know what I mean?
Think about it. Actually, yeah, it's. I was trying to get one that's smaller so it wouldn't overlay that, but man, there's a lot of white space.
Yeah. Yeah.
But if you have enough color over here and then on top, it would be
cool
smaller.
If you could
so
figure out a way to
sit on top.
It'd be cool if you could figure out a cool way to layer them, dude. You know what I mean?
That would be neat. Yeah.
So I've been trying to figure out,
right
like, how would you do this one, Brian? Like with this Suspiria and this, like,
I think you could
I
put
don't
them
know.
right
I think
next
I
to each
asked
other.
Nate.
I think you put them right next to each other, and you put a
just like that
white and that yellow matting. You know, either white or yellow with white. You know, inner matting. You know,
or like that color, like of the tray.
You need that triple matted because you need to pull the different colors that you have out, especially when she's whatever the colors they are, that like the yellow, orange, or red, or whatever the different layers, and those need to be the colors of matte. So that way, when your eyes look at it, it'll focus on that versus actually like the colors of the matte, but it'll bring out the black and white.
Yeah, that'll be gorgeous, dude, with all those colors.
Yeah, you know, I could even do some of that purple.
Yes.
I don't know.
Totally, dude.
But where do you go, Michael's?
Take it to Michael's and talk to say, I want to know your best, you know, who's got the best eye over here, you know, and let them give you tips or
So I've been taking like my Campbell art, signed art or whatever, and I've been getting that frame, but it's like a what do you call them? That's all they do is just framed shit. It's not like they sell art supplies, and that's all they do is frame shit, but they're kind of pricey.
Yeah. I mean that stuff always is, but when it gets done right, it looks great.
Yeah, there's nothing better than framing cool stuff. Nothing.
Hey, Brian, I got a pickup I want to show Nate real quick, and you.
Let's see it.
Okay, so shout out to my buddy Steve. He's in Dallas. He was taking pictures with Clutch. So Clutch is cheating on us, but his son.
Steve cheating on you?
Yeah, he's cheating on me, man.
There you go.
An asshole.
This is actually the way this podcast is going. It does definitely sounds.
So
like a WNBA
we were talking.
podcast.
Me and Brian were talking about how AFA is now grading carded figures that have been detached, right? So he bought a collection, and so this is the OG Boba Fett.
Yeah.
So look at the card, man. Other than, of course, this.
But even that, it came off pretty clean.
Yeah, I mean
that's.
Yeah, 1978.
Yeah,
dude, he's got a great shop. He gets some of the coolest shit in at that shop, dude.
And then the figure itself has the blue black blaster, and then the figure is fucking mint, dude. So whoever Steve bought it from, like, look at that, bro.
Oh yeah,
look at the paint job on the chest too. I mean, like, there's nothing.
Yeah, you gotta get that graded, bro. With that card.
Yeah,
yep.
Bro, look at that, dude. No sun damage, nothing, dude. I mean,
Joe, tell them about the difference between the card backs.
Okay, so I had sent Nate a couple of pictures. So there's two different 21 backs, and so Nate kind of helped me out. Nate kind of helped me out. This is pre-production of the Dewback and the Droid Factory. So that little car doesn't exist, right? And then the Dewback, this is just a concept.
Yeah.
Got it.
That's sick.
And the proof of purchase is on the corner where most 99% of your carded is there. There's another one that's right in the middle. So that's
So
weird.
is
And
that the more rare one?
So I looked it up, and they were saying that the other one was rare. This is considered the B.
I got you, Adam.
So, I don't know, but I go with Nate. Nate says this is rare. I'm sticking.
Yeah,
with
I was saying that A is rare because it's got the prototypes for the Droid
Yeah,
Factory.
that's
which
what
is
I
like-
was saying.
See the black
Yeah,
versus like, and I was telling Joe, I'm like, I think it's like orange or brown, but like it's completely different. And you see the dude back the way like the head is, because they didn't have the actual photos of the toys yet. And then if you go to 21B, it actually there's a different order, and it shows those like the actual toys that we were familiar with as kids.
Yeah, I
so-
think that's
And
super cool.
and the thing is with the Star Wars backs, like Joe and I were talking, like they just once you go from the 12 backs and you go to 20 and 21, and then it's like 31. I want to say it's like 32, then like 41, 45. I mean 51 and like 65, 77, 79. Like there's just so many, and then there's different letters with all those. But yeah, it looks good.
I was telling Nate, I just need a bubble. I'll stick that bitch on there and put Boba Fett in there, man.
Yeah.
Did you tell how much you paid for it?
How much you think I paid for it?
250 bucks.
Lower Bob.
Wow.
Lower Bob.
100 bucks.
Lower Bob. Lower Bob.
50 bucks. Wow.
$50.
Because Steve, his son runs the figures, so he made me a deal, and plus I got 20% off. So
That's awesome,
I'm
bro.
telling you, bro.
I told Joe,
He's
I was
gotta
like,
get it.
whatever that guy's got, go back and get them all.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, man. He's got a hammerhead that's just like this, and I think he's got a C3PO, and I don't know, man. I like it. I'd like to have it carded, but
It's pretty
I mean,
good.
I've got a carded Return of the Jedi transition cover, but man, just that's like having the fucking Mickey Mantle 52 tops, bro. You know,
Yeah.
that to me, man. Like this is the greatest fucking figure ever in fucking made, dude.
I
I don't
agree.
care, like, and I know
Yeah.
Nate loves GI Joe and all that.
I love Star
This
Wars.
in my
Yeah.
time, this is the greatest figure.
Your time,
Ever.
like your time's
All
so
of our
different than
times,
mine. Yeah. The funny part was, like, when I was a kid, I don't know about you guys, but the one thing I could never figure out about the Boba Fett part was the helmet. Like, I couldn't figure out like what that little part was.
Oh yeah,
The top?
well, we figured out in Attack of the Clones.
But it wasn't until like a friend of mine told me later, he's like, yeah, with Empire, remember when he lowers down that piece? I was like,
Yeah.
oh, I'd never even thought about it. I was like, yeah. I was like, okay.
Bro, and all the shit that he had in his pant pockets and stuff like that.
Yeah.
In his cargo pants. Everybody wore cargo pants in Empire, bro. Luke had the fucking like
Lobot did.
Yeah, Lobot. And he had a blouse.
I want to
I
shout out
picked
to
up
Tom.
this. I
Hey, I want
picked
to shout
up
out Tom
that.
in the chat. He said ESPN and ABC is unwatchable for NBA coverage.
Yeah.
It's true. You can't on base. ESPN wants to be the NFL network. That's exactly right.
Yeah.
What do you think of this one? This Liefeld?
What
I like the face. Because
Well, yeah, it's cool.
book is that? Is that Thundercats?
Um,
I was going to ask. I didn't know what that was.
so I just picked it up. Steve had some variants like 3 for $5. So
Wow.
it's
Shout out to Mrs. Horsecock Express with the $4.99 super sticker.
it's a F.O.C. incentive cover D for Thundercats.
There you go.
I just don't know who they are. I guess
Did
is
you-
that
Let me ask you something. Did
Eight
you
books?
guys see Rob Liefeld did an interview with Mark Miller?
I saw the
Oh,
whole thing. It was
no.
fucking awesome.
It was amazing, dude.
Fucking epic, bro.
It was so good. Dude, at one point, Liefeld starts going in on Marvel, and he's like, man, I catch them in so much shit. He goes, and I call him on it. He goes, I get 2 checks a year from these guys, and let me tell you something. If I could go back in time, and if I had my own DeLorean, I'd go back in time to my 1991 self, and I'd fist bump him for being like, man, you did good for the family. You did really good for the family. And he's like, and I catch them, man. I catch them. They put a Deadpool costume on Venom and try not to, give me my money. I call them right up.
Well, you know what was weird? He was complimenting Millar and John Romita Jr. on Kick-Ass.
Yes.
And saying that some of the best work.
It
or whatever.
is John Romita
but
Jr.'s
he
best
was
work.
going off on Romita Jr. like 2 podcasts ago.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
calling him a motherfucker. So evidently they fucking
They must have
fixed
tied
whatever
up. Yeah,
beef
man.
they
They must have. Something must have went through. A
Did he?
call went
I
through.
mean, like, God, Romita. I don't want to start on that path
Dude,
again.
It was so good, bro. It was a really good. If you guys go get a
Is
chance.
that the latest version or the latest podcast? Because I've got one that's downloaded, but I haven't listened to it yet.
So
The
it's
one with,
Mark Millar. It's on. So Mark Millar has one of the best podcasts, man. Check. Here we go. Let me go. Copy link. So he's ever since that whole thing happened with what's his name?
And there's a Deadpool air freshener.
Glenn at whatever that was, that Comic Palace that I still want to get on a show. Ever since that happened, Mark Miller has had some of the really good interviews in comic book podcast world. And he had Rob on, and here it is. Let me see here.
That's why I was like, what, you mean I got a piece of this? Sign. So, no. And here's the other thing, Mark, is I'm not scared to come out and call them out on it. And that's the other thing. I was told in 2019 by, I'll just call him Harumph. And Harumph. He's such a twat. Harumph told my attorney, we don't like it when Rob says not nice things about us. Well, I don't like it when you bone me, okay?
Look at this. Oh, that's awesome.
Mark's like, don't laugh,
Oh, boy.
don't laugh. How do you not laugh to that, dude?
That's
was awesome.
awesome.
Like Mark, he even says in there, he's like, I don't care anymore. I'm at this stage, man. I did good for myself. You could tell he's like, he doesn't say he did that, but you could tell he's like, hey, I did good for myself. I'm proud of myself. I do what I want.
I love Liefeld. I really do. But the one thing that's come across to me on his podcast is that I had a friend in school who I used to always listen to him. I'm like, man, I'm tired about talking about me. Why don't you talk about me for a little bit? Because he really wants to tell you how successful he's been. And he's very, very, it's great to be proud of yourself, but like he loves telling you how good he's done or well he's done.
Yeah, dude. It's crazy, bro. It's nuts.
But he's awesome. He's great.
So
hey, Brian, I did want to tell you something completely random. And I was telling Joe this. I was watching the Tennessee Cincinnati game, and I was just like, I saw West Coast Big Rob on the chat about the Dodgers.
Oh yeah.
Cincinnati is where Sandy Koufax went to college, and during the game they showed because they looked like they were wearing like uniforms from back from like the 50s. They were wearing throwbacks of the Koufax jerseys when he pitched for Cincinnati. They looked really cool. Like that was
that's sick,
very
dude.
well done. Yeah, it was awesome.
I saw the City. I think they're the City Connect stuff. For Texas, and Jack Leiter was pitching. Those look amazing, bro.
Did they check? I haven't seen. So I know the old ones where they had like the black and like the TX in like blue or whatever.
Yep, that's it.
That? Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. They look good.
They're really fucking good, man. So yeah, I thought that was pretty cool. I saw John Boy talking about how he changed up. He had a special glove made so they can't cheat and find his tells. So
yeah,
pretty interesting.
You know what? You know why people cover their
mouth when they're talking?
Do you know the origin of that? God damn it. I did too. I did, but I fucking forgot.
You forgot it? What?
It was a game. God damn it. I think
What
it was
up,
a
Adam?
Yankee game.
Adam.
Hey, what's up, man?
I
up,
think
buddy?
it was a Yankee game or something. And after that, everybody started covering
Started
up
doing that?
their. Mhm.
I still remember watching the Astros and the Rays in the ALCS, and this was probably in 2019.
Mhm.
And I can't remember who it was for the Rays, but I remember watching with Tyler, and I was like, man, because he was getting hit, and I was like, man, look at his glove, the way he's like when he pitches, like it goes high and low for fastball, high for like the off-speed stuff, and like you could tell like they obviously the Astros picked up on it so fast because man, they knew exactly what was coming.
Did you guys know this shit? That Sydney Sweeney was a MMA fighter and she trained with Ronda Rousey.
Get out of here!
Good,
No
way.
way.
Yeah, she did.
I think Adam would like to get in that ring with those two.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind being a fly on the walls there. I tested Bryan.
What's up, John?
What's up, guys?
Yeah, this.
Adam, did you buy any of the what's it? The soap, the bars of soap.
The bath water.
Yes,
No,
that
I
was
did
in
not
her
buy
bath
any
water.
of the bath water.
I don't think you can get them. I think they were sold out like immediately. Like
They sold out in like 2 seconds and shit.
yeah.
That shit was funny, bro.
Yeah, because I think they're like 500 bars of soap.
Yeah, that was really funny. For those of you guys that don't know, who'd she do it with? Was it through?
Oh man,
I forget the name of the company.
hold on, because I remember Justin sending something across.
I got it right here. Here we go. Check this out, you guys.
Sydney Sweeney made a splash when she did her first sponsorship with Dr. Squatch. And now she has taken it to a whole new level in a similar fashion to OnlyFans star Belle Delphine. They are promising to sell Sydney Sweeney's bathwater to a bunch of simps. And certainly, no doubt about that, there is a demand for a product like this, but there is a catch. And it's that they're not actually selling her bathwater. It's allegedly a bar of soap infused with Sydney's bathwater. I don't really know what to make of it, though. There are mixed.
I'll tell you what you make of it. Smart
called money in
as
the bank,
fuck.
baby.
You call that
Genius.
smart as fuck, man. Where's some pictures
Got
of
it.
it?
You know, if she wants to like cross over and be the next.
It says
Maitland
sand,
Ward,
pine
I
bar
would have
extract
no
powder.
problem with that.
Look at that, dude. Sydney Sweeney.
Well, weren't chicks
bathwater.
selling their farts in a bottle and shit?
I remember we talked about that one point about selling them buying parts in the
Their
bottle.
queefs in a bottle.
Well, remember, like this is a long time ago on it had to be Flipside or something, but we used to joke about. I used to joke about how soon people are going to be buying farts in a jar. There's going to be.
I remember these conversations.
There's going to be like, the machines, like the Pokemon machines.
I felt like you were at one point we replayed the show where you started cracking up with legs fart, and it just kind of kept going, and that's how it got
Check
to
the
that
scent says
conversation.
cover price. The scent is medium.
Cash.
Grit. Is that what it says? Cash? Yeah, the scent is cash.
No, that's what it
yeah.
should be because that's exactly what it is.
Yeah, it is cash.
Genius.
This is so smart, dude.
It is.
No, I was not able to get one of those bars of soap.
People are flipping them.
Yeah, of course. I mean, of course.
I wonder
I
what
never
they're
thought
selling
I'd be
for.
flipping bars of soap, but if you can get that autograph by Sydney
Sydney's
Sweeney,
bathwater bliss.
It's a
Sydney's
good idea, Adam.
Bathwater bliss.
So if it smells like ass, you really can't hold her accountable, right?
I think it's supposed to smell like ass in this case.
I guess it depends on where the bar was.
Yeah, I
So
mean,
500
it's like
of them.
bad,
Yeah, they're
right?
all of them.
It could be
same
big.
spot.
$200? What? 150 bucks? Hold on, let's see what are they selling for.
Yeah, what was
Holy
the-
shit, dude!
Wow. Yeah.
Oh,
Where are they going
Holy
for?
shit! This gonna be on the Hot 10 next week.
That's crazy.
I think I'm gonna have to talk about this on ASR next week.
This is terrible, dude.
This is ASR territory.
I guess, it's the same people that probably covered themselves in shit. You know what I mean? That get off on buying stuff like that. They're all,
That's terrible, man.
Yeah, I know, man.
West Coast Big Rob says, can't wait for Pokemon fist fights for soap. Well,
I got at you, McClay. I hope this makes your comic book drama, because these dudes, goofy ass
Get
dudes.
to it.
Into the news. Into the into the
But let's get down to business.
This Pokemon stuff is going crazy, dude.
What happened now?
Oh, dude, it is nothing but fights in all the lines. Have you guys been seeing all the fights that's been going on? There is
Is it for that thing that just came out last week or whatever?
Dude, there's so many of them. There's an IG channel, you guys, called Poke Streets, okay? This is one of the best channels ever on IG. It's right out of my own heart. Look at this shit. Watch some of this shit that's going on here. This is so crazy.
Fucking idiots.
All right, this is outside of a Target. They make all the guys standing in line for Pokemon wait because they fight in lines. And so they open. Look at this. This is to
Is this
get
like
in
part of
line.
the Target defense, and then the normal, or I guess not normal people, but the people who want
This
this
is.
stuff?
I seen stuff like this back in the day when I was collecting toys. Like there was Hot Wheels guys that would act like this, but I've never seen it this bad, dude. Check this out.
Here we go, everybody. Aquí esperando. Everybody esperando. Okay.
Don't do that. Not do that. Don't do that.
I wish I went to a different game. Ready?
I'm here with my team. Don't you push me. Don't push me. Don't push me.
Dude.
It's fucking awesome, bro. Hey, play it, dude. Let's see. Hey, man.
Hey, man.
There's more. Hold on. There's more, dude. Check this
There's
out.
more?
There's tons of them. Watch this. There's so many. It's unreal.
Dude, I can so see people that just want to fight and don't collect Pokemon at all. And they're just there to fight.
Somebody just come and beat down.
Yeah, fuck yeah, bro.
This guy got in the front of the line, and then he had his wife show up with their two little kids. It says here, Pokemon card scalper has family member drop off multiple toddlers right before opening so they can flip more packs.
More kids?
Wow, more kids, bro. Yo, they better not be getting a card. Is it one per family?
No, it should be one item per one
Wow, dude. The guy is using his kids to get all of them and nobody gets any. That's crazy.
What?
It's even worse. Dude, it's even worse. Hold on. There's another one.
Wait, it does worse?
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, this is crazy. Right here.
$6:30 in the morning.
You recording?
want to argue. I don't know who's skipping. If that's the case, I'll just shut the store down. Okay? And
They're
nobody
arguing.
can-
They're saying that these two guys just cut in line at the front. These are known, notorious card scalpers.
So, all right. And however you guys want to settle it, that's up to you. I was not out here. We cannot.
However you guys want to settle it, that's up to you. Over Pokemon cards. This is crazy. This is what happens when kids who grew up loving Pokemon get some money.
That's my check. It's last night. No, the first two.
All right, here we go. Yeah, check this out. This is funny.
Does he have a purse?
Yes, he does. He has one of those.
Yeah, man.
Bandoliers.
That's when you collect Pokemon. That's what you wear is a purse.
Yeah.
I had my check. It's last night. No, the first two in the they were not here before.
Yeah, they were not.
Waited for hours. I for 10%.
I just got you. I didn't see him in the front when I get.
What did you take a picture of? Show me.
I already seen you last night, bro. We left the check.
I won't say anything.
Are we gonna come
to a point where you're not anybody lined up with getting.
He says we're gonna check the camera and we're not gonna let anybody in that wasn't there since last night. Watch.
I don't
sure this box says 6+.
Okay.
These guys are taking it to another level.
They let them in anyways. And they got the fucking
I don't get me involved because then we're gonna start putting those out there that
If it helps, I went to go get some beer earlier and went to the Kroger and took Alex with me, and I was like, "Hey, you want to come?" I was like, "Yeah." Go look at the Pokemon machine if you want some cards. He's like, "Okay," and goes and he's like, "How many can I have?" I was like, "I don't know." I was like, "How many do you want?" He's like, "Well, one for me, one for you, one for mommy." I was like, "Okay, get 3 packs," and
yep,
they come out and
check
there you
this
go. I'm
one
like,
out.
"Okay."
Look at this. That's what it should be for, Nate. Look at this.
So I'm here on Addison, 229 West Addison, Chicago. 450 sleeves available, 63 ETBs, 13 booster boxes, and 3 prismatic blisters. And well, it's Jacob the Scalper. Yep, and his sidekick. And someone's chair. Who's sitting there, bro?
Look at these guys, dude. Look at these guys. He's got a blunt in his ear. They're just fucking typing away on their phones. Look at this.
Addison, 229 West Addison, Chicago. 450 sleeves available, 63 ETBs, 13 booster boxes, and 3 prismatic
Addison
blisters.
Where Wrigleyville is? Or
And well, it's Jacob the Scalper. Yep, and his sidekick. And someone's chair. Who's sitting there, bro?
So is this
Yeah,
what
they always
life in the
ignore you
fast
while you're
lane
here.
looks like?
Yeah.
I mean, because,
But
like,
there's
how old am I to sit outside?
Blah,
and
this don't
for
come out, they
middle
just
of
put up
night for Pokemon.
Yeah.
Gotta
I'm
be
too
kidding.
old to
So
do
I will
that
tell you, I
now.
went to a card show that this is the one that Yi and I usually go to up in. It's like 10 minutes north.
So
of
I'm
me.
here on
and it's usually all card like baseball sports cards. When I went today, it was a completely different crowd. It was half Pokemon and half sports cards.
Wow.
Just completely different show.
Yeah,
Did Pokemon steal 45 bases last year? Or what?
Yeah, well, he's got a couple no hitters going or shutouts.
Did about 28, 29 home runs? Oh fuck!
I didn't get any. I didn't get anything, but Alex got. I mean, like, I don't think I had an English teacher who could pronounce half these names. Like,
Well,
these names are crazy. I'm just
Here's
trying,
my
like, who is
thing:
this?
whatever product they're buying, if they're doubling their money, I mean, I really can't blame what they're trying to do. I mean, that's
Oh yeah,
the
the concept of
society we
flipping,
live in.
just like comics. Yeah,
That's what we did during COVID.
Yeah.
You know, like these guys are still going strong.
Good
This
point,
kind of
but
reminds me of Beanie Babies back in the 90s when
Yeah.
housewives used to get into these massive brawls over whatever the hot bear was.
but it's not as intense as it is now with
Yeah.
all the platforms you have. There's so many different avenues to sell this product. That's why they're fucking like camping out, because they could go on Facebook Live, IG Live, eBay Live, whatnot. You know,
I will say too, I don't know if this is, I just don't know about Pokemon, but there's a guy at the local card shop in Colton. He's the Pokemon guy, and there's a camp I have Alex sign up for in June, July to learn how to play it, stuff like that. And he told me that when Prismatic came out, because you could actually, it was the first time that you could actually pull some cards worth a lot of value. It set the Pokemon world kind of on fire, and it basically made any Pokemon product, no matter what it was, everyone would just buy it up. And he's like, because he said he hadn't seen anything like it in quite some time. So I'm not familiar with it. So I don't know if it's always been like this or it's just now it's really bad.
Here's why it feels wrong. Card shop owner scalps new Pokemon release in front of kid with his money standing there. Now, it could be like you know, like, yeah, right, you told your kid to go stand so you could get the shot, but still.
It still looks really bad.
It still looks terrible. Look how terrible that looks.
Mm-hmm.
Card shop owner scalps new Pokemon in front of kid. How do we know that's not his kid?
They say a known scalper
I don't
who
think
owns a local...
they would be talking to him like he doesn't look like he knows that guy at all. Stranger danger.
A known scalper who owns a local card shop is caught on camera scalping every destined rival's product right in front of a kid holding his money out.
The kid doesn't have enough to buy it.
$3 in his hand, hoping to grab
He does
something.
at Walmart or Target.
Yeah, the kid can buy a pack. He's buying full cases, bro.
I told you when I got these like out of the machine like last week or whatever, these kids behind me were like, and I would say kids, they were like high school kids, and they were like, "Did you buy them all?" I'm like,
I mean, was the kid going to buy a case?
No, but the guy could have let him get one. Holy fuck!
Let him get
He's only got $5.
Jeez.
He's got what's that bill he had? Is he holding 100?
It looks like it's a 5.
Yeah, he's not going to buy that. How much are
can
those?
get a
The
pack.
product that he's
Hold on.
How much is the product that he's buying?
Man, you don't know what's in his pockets. He might have a gift
Get in
card.
there, kid. Hold your money out. Let's make this look really bad. You know what I mean?
Look at
But
the,
the
some
kid
guy
wouldn't
says
buy
stop
the
standing
case, he
there and
wants to
grab
buy
a
a
box.
pack.
Yeah, the kid should. If I was the parent, I'd be like, grab one. Just grab one. I'd walk up to the guy's cart and grab one. Yeah, this feels a little staged. But I tell you what's not staged.
Next up, it's crash out time. I know you guys like to watch the crash outs. What happens when a seller isn't shill bidding and doesn't get the money that they want for the thing that they're selling? Sure, they all go on about how, it's dollar auctions. You can win it for any amount. It could go for $1. But when it does, they have a fucking meltdown like the one we're about to watch.
No more giveaways. I don't fucking feel like it. Y'all don't deserve giveaways. $5.
Is that a bug on her screen?
My wife's not even home. Terry for $7. Terry for $7. Fuck!
It was a bad thing to take a drink.
people.
Spit it everywhere.
Go! Go! I should have ended the stream 60 auctions ago. Should have ended the stream 60 auctions ago, but I trusted you guys to bid more the farther we went along. I trusted you guys to bid more the more we went along, and you're bidding less.
Maybe you should.
And you're bidding less. And you're bidding less. And you're bidding less. Why? And you're bidding less. Why? And you're bidding $5 less. Why?
Cigarettes.
I thought the odds would get better. The bids would go up.
That's not how auction.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's why you don't start dollar auctions unless you got the crowd that's going to be that. You throw up a couple of books or a couple items and they don't go for what you want, You got to change that shit up. I don't understand
Hey,
that.
Joe, on one night, he would tell people they're cheap. He'd be like, look at it, smile. He'd be like,
Jesus, man.
Because, like, are you serious? Like, like, you got to know if you're going to be a seller, there's going to be a chance where some shit's going to go pretty fucking cheap. And that's just the game, bro. If you're not prepared to handle that shit, get the fuck off the stream, man.
the way like Clutch and Drew and Leg, like when they have like, you know, some of those old G.I. Joe and Transform variants, like go for like 1 in 50s, or those David Max, like the 1 in 250s, and they go for like $70. Like, man, congratulations. They're happy for you. Like, and that's the way to do it. Like, you know, the positive momentum. Like, just
because it's about customer service too. Now
Yeah,
you're gonna have some
you're right.
fucking trolls that go in there and play games and try and snipe and shit like that. That's fine. But
That's
if you
part of
don't
it.
have the inventory to be selling in the first place, and that's why she was probably tripping out, you know, and like, how much is it a kill for you? You know, like when I sell, or when I did sell, like I wasn't looking to make triple my money on every single fucking book I put up. I
It's
didn't like,
impossible to triple your money in every book and everything.
hell no. Shit, in the early days of
You can be willing to
whatnot,
expect, hey,
in the
I'm
fucking
gonna
cowboy,
lose some,
in the
I'm gonna
cowboy
lose
days of whatnot,
I'm about to say during
Adam,
COVID and stuff,
fuck,
probably not.
bro.
You know?
You could, I mean, you can make a lot of money in the early days of whatnot, but then they let all these crackheads in there and drug dealers and people that steal and shit.
I love the chat. This is the
swap
best.
out cards and
She's a
fucking-
strain
people
away
who
from a
would-
sex
who wouldn't
tape.
make it on OnlyFans and for 2 hours, let alone an entire day.
Yeah, and then it just became like chicks showing their tits and shit like that, selling sneakers and I was like,
60 auctions. Yeah. Killed it, Corky. You're right. 60 auctions ago. She remembers. Yeah, right.
you know,
60
maybe she should have had some Sydney Sweeney soap,
Yep.
Maybe
and she would have had people bid more than $1.
You got that right.
Hey, Dallas, Fan Expo Dallas is happening right now as we speak. And you know, there's always some drama creeping around cons. And ladies and gentlemen,
What happened now?
our first little drama bite from the con. This is from Matrix Comics. He put this out. If this is, he says, what do you think? And it's, I guess, a post. If you're thinking about getting a graded signature from John Boy Myers on a ratio, then don't waste your time. He's trying to charge $100 for his sig if you're getting it on one of his 1 in 100s. Truly unbelievable. So it started to bring up the question online, not only here, but also Nerdy Girl brings it up, that are artists starting now to charge too much for their signatures? And it's a very interesting conversation right here, you guys, because you read the comments on these and they're fucking classic.
Man, people are going
absolutely
people
classic.
are getting pissed off because they want to be able to flip, and then you leave them no room.
Yep.
If they're gonna upcharge their auto, right? So that's why they're getting pissed off. Hey man, I can't double my money because the artist is saying, you know what, my auto is worth more. I'm gonna charge more.
Yep.
You know, what do you want them to do? Leave meat on the bone for you?
Yeah.
Like these artists want it fucking eat too,
Throw that
dude.
with the celebrity autograph auctions. and
Like
see how
I
well
get
they go.
I get it. Like, why would an artist leave meat on the bone for you when he's the artist?
They don't have to anymore though, because this thing has happened where the retailer went from a needed thing to be the place where you brought the artist to your store. The guys went to the store. They were the middle point. They were the middleman, right? The retailer was the middleman. Oh,
They were that
Dennis is gonna hate
distributor.
this. Dennis is gonna hate this because I'm using his middleman thing for comic book shop owners. The comic shops were the middleman and they were needed, right? Well, guess what? They're not needed anymore because we have Whatnot, eBay Live, Instagram, Shopify, Wix, eBay, where said artists can now sell their stuff on
Just
their
sell
own.
it.
They don't need you anymore.
They don't. They use an analogy. The comic book store was the pimp. They don't need. They don't need to have pimps anymore. They can
OnlyFans
just
is the
or,
pimp.
or their wares out for whatever they want to charge.
Well,
and so be it.
Well, I'll tell you. I'll tell you this. If you're an artist and you're charging that much money, your autograph better look great. It better not be a fucking scribble. It better not be a fucking cheap ass line where I don't know who the fuck signed it. Right? You're gonna fucking print that motherfucking name for $100. I don't care if it's John Boy Myers or Scotty Young or whatever. You're gonna fucking print that motherfucking name.
Speaking of, you say
Like
his
Mark
name
Spears. Mark Spears' arm almost fell off because he takes a lot of pride in fucking writing his fucking name.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? These are the guys scribble 100. Give me $100. You know what I mean?
Marvin Harrison
Like
Jr.
I need JSA, PSA, and all that to identify who the fuck signed this book. You know?
Wonderworld Comics drops a $4.99 super chat. He says, Pokemon has never been like this. 2 Michigan stores smash and grabs at 5 a.m. I got infiltrated by Poke thieves. It's crazy, but sales are up 33% because of it. Wow. Wow. That's crazy.
Yeah.
So, here's the interesting thing about all this. Nerdy Girl Comics says, I'm sure I'll catch flack for this next part, but retailers and resellers / streamers are spending more with artists to get those signatures, in most cases for people who otherwise wouldn't be able to get them because they can't attend various conventions. Why punish them? Why charge exponentially for more to sign a ratio? Why single out sellers outside of possibly requesting they set up a private signing to hold instead of holding up the line? Is a bit ridiculous. I've always been a believer in everyone needing to eat in any hobby. And she's kind of true here. Let's be honest. This brings up a couple of great points on both sides. There's got to be a little bit left on the bone for each stop in the road, right? The comic shop sells it for a little bit more than what they buy it for, so that the person who buys it can go sell it for a little bit more than they buy it for. And that's starting to fade away in ways too. So this is very interesting to see how this plays out. And this conversation,
this is not,
but whether it's baseball, basketball, or whatever, and these athletes or writers or artists are commanding this amount of money for an auto, I better look at it and know who fucking signed it. That's all I'm saying. Be able to legibly write your fucking name, and I won't have a problem paying whatever you're asking. But if you're gonna fucking scribble, like, fuck you.
Like Stephen McGee? Is that the one?
Excuse me, but the whole charging higher for a certain book isn't old news. Mr. Liefeld, that's Robbie Liefeld, the GOAT, has had the sandwich menu for over a decade now, where if you want a New Mutants 98, it's this price, and New Mutants 87, this price. So it's not like this is something old, for crying out loud.
They also, remember, he's got different signatures, because, like, you're talking about, like, actually just having him write. You can't, that's not legible. So you don't get, like, the blood splatter, or you don't, or the, the Liefeld, like, that text box. You can't read, like, what he wrote on there.
Next time I get something signed, I'm going to have to get the blood splatter.
It looks good. It really does. But you got to pay, like, it's like 100 and something.
He offers that.
I can't believe I got all worked up over a signature.
Rob's observation's awesome. So.
Just wait. Hold on, Joe. Hold on. Let's continue this, because now this is very interesting here. Shout out to Legion the Comics. Mark, he's a great content creator on here. Go check him out. Says, seems like there may have been issues with attendees not being able to access the creators they paid money to access due to sellers making money off people who didn't pay for the access. Why wouldn't a seller just schedule a time to ship him books to sign in bulk and return to you? Why do all that at a show full of people who paid money to get there and get access to the creators? Now, here's the interesting part. I have been hearing of this. I heard that there's rumblings that somebody got into a creator and got a ton of books signed that held said creator up or something, caused a bunch of people to not get their stuff signed, and people I think are already trying to start saying, oh, that person's probably a retailer and they probably getting all these things signed. Well, it sounds like it could be something interesting to keep your eye on and to see if this changes how artists and creators handle signing books at con. Because here's the problem, you guys. When shit like this happens, it just pisses them off and they're going to stop doing it. So
I was going to bring up just one thing in the chat. Like Lewis brings up, like I've seen about, it's a perfect thing. Like Adam Hughes, like how he signs AH with the exclamation point.
Yeah. Yep.
I don't like his.
I don't like his signature either because it's everywhere.
I don't want it.
Yeah.
But then
here's
if he charges $100 for that, and then he charges $250 for like a it's kind of like Clayton Crane, with the different colors.
Yeah.
How he charges. I mean, you can see a lot of these artists will start having.
You know why
different
Adam
levels.
Hughes does that though, right? Do you know why Adam Hughes does that? It's because multiple times he's had fucking assholes come up to him and be like, hey, do you have any of your sketch spots available? And he'll say no. And they go, listen, my daughter's got cancer. Her favorite artist is you, this and that. And then it goes up on eBay the next day. So he's like, fuck that. I'm not doing this anymore.
I remember him getting fucked with that.
Yeah. It's because you piss off these artists. They're just going to stop. Or charge you a shit ton.
Okay, so hey, Bryan, let me just say this real quick because I need your help.
Yeah.
So I'm taking care of my two nieces, and I made them watch Willy Wonka, the Gene Wilder movie with me.
Hell yeah.
The only
classic.
version.
The only version,
Yes.
right? So
Johnny Depp's creepy.
And I don't know how to figure my fucking way out of this. So I ordered on Amazon the Wonka bar, like packaging. The packaging, you could put a Hershey bar in there, but it comes with fucking golden tickets.
Oh, that's cool,
right? So,
dude.
so I'm gonna make two of them, and so my wife is all like, "What are you doing now? They're gonna think they're going to the fucking chocolate factory."
I'm gonna say, what are they gonna do with the golden ticket? Like, if they actually both get it, like they're gonna expect something big. Like
now
Disney
I'm
World.
like trying to I got to one up my wife, man, because she's like punking me like, well, what are you going to do? They're going to open it up and they're going to want to go to the fucking chocolate factory.
So take them to a chocolate shop and pay the chocolate shop $100 to. That's
Take
what
them
you
to
do.
a
You
shop.
take them to the chocolate shop and you pay the chocolate shop like a couple $100 to let them show you how you do this stuff. You know what I mean?
Maybe they can make a bar with their name on it too. Or
Man,
something like that.
I live in Corpus, bro. They ain't no fucking chocolate shop.
Shout out to Usagi Girl Comics.
Think
who
we're in
just dropped
Tennessee where we're making fudge?
Usagi
bro,
Girl Comics dropped a 29.
Take them to a taco shop. Show them how to make fucking fajitas and shit like that.
Usagi Girl Comics, $20 super chat. Better start perfecting your signatures. Gromitz is calling. Better start perfecting your signatures. Gromitz is calling.
Yeah, that's great. That's funny.
Yeah, that's good. Hell yeah.
Joe, maybe you can make it like instead of, does it have to be gold? Or can you make it like dinero instead of $1? And take them to like make their own like.
No, I already ordered it off Amazon. They have the
I love
fucking legit Wonka and the fucking golden ticket with all
We'll
the.
see at Universal, pal.
So here's something interesting. Nick Barucci says, shout out to Nick Barucci. He says, similar thing happened to Amanda Connor at the end of Baltimore Comic Con years ago. Dad walked up with his daughters, asked for sketches. Amanda did one for each, and they were on eBay 2 hours later. See, that's the type of shit, man. It ruins it for all of us. It ruins it for all of us. Appreciate you, Nick. Good to see you, brother.
Well,
yeah,
you know
man,
how to get an artist to sign for you, where they will not feel that you're going to flip it.
Get
It personalized.
Yeah.
Hey, can you put to the Red Hood?
That's why Larry Hama will do two free.
Yeah.
If you personalize it.
Just get them to personalize it, and that way they know you're not going to put it on eBay.
Well, the problem is, Hood, and you know this as well as I do, all that takes is a little bit of alcohol just to wipe that fucker right off of there on some of those books. You know? It's happening. It's
and there
happening.
are people who have no problems. I notice on eBay every now and then people have no problem selling things personalized either.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, I mean, then if you're an artist, don't go to the con. You know what I mean? If you don't want your signature, like, no, I don't want anybody making money off of my name. Well, then they'll fucking go.
I will tell you too, when it gets into comics, I don't know that I don't really have the need or the want for an autographed book. Like as much as I do like a sports
me
card,
neither.
like it's a ball, stuff like that. Like unless it's something like very unique. If it's signed, that's fine. But if it's not, I'd probably rather not have it signed.
Yeah, I mean, I remember when I was a kid, I wanted to meet all these people and whatever. Now, I don't want anybody to sign anything, man. Like,
I mean, I get like
because
the
they're
movie
like
guys.
probably taking testosterone and all this and cheating and all of that shit. So, like, nobody, it's all
like,
fucking, yeah.
And I just want my Spider-Man issue, and Spider-Man can't sign himself, so I don't need the inker and the writer and the color. Like it doesn't do. It's
Sign a Spider-Man.
It's not the same thing because like, hey, he's not the one like shooting the web, as opposed to like Mariano Rivera is the one actually throwing the pitch, and then he's got beautiful penmanship. Like I get wanting to have like a Mariano Rivera card, stuff like that. But
Well,
I think it's different.
We do have a little bit more drama to get into, ladies and gentlemen. We have the continuing of the war of the drama tubes happening in our sites. I don't know if you guys have been paying attention to this as of late. No. Our boys, Razor Comics and Darth Lopez are going in on each other. As you can see, this
What,
crazy...
they don't like each other now?
I thought they
now
were
they
partners.
don't like each other.
They were like watching like Transformers and stuff, like movies together and
They
commenting.
were totally homies, and now they
they were on our show.
So they were Obi-Wan and Anakin, and now all of a sudden it's Vader and Obi-Wan.
Look at this. Look at this. Look at this thumbnail that Razor put out. Late night top 10 comments left by trolls. Top 10 troll comments. Darth Lopez is so ugly. ... Look at that. It's getting bad, ladies and
They all
gentlemen.
showed up. They all gathered around. And George, I thought it was hilarious to showcase some of the actual comments that were left in the live chat. Some of the live chat comments were, to be honest with you, quite hilarious, brother. They were very funny, very creative on the trolling. I give the trolling actually a 10 out of 10, top notch for a lot of these trolls. They were not celebrated or appreciated in the way that I thought they would be on Darth Lopez's stream. Supposedly he welcomes him in. I thought they were hilarious.
I heard it's a safe place for trolls.
Yeah, that's what I thought, but it didn't seem that way. It seemed like a lot of people were getting blocked and what have you. And, they were allowing the Bible thumping cold.
Right, here we go.
Everyone knows you're a pussy, Perry.
So here's the top 10 trolls of the show. Everyone knows you're a pussy, Perry. And he just goes through this. Fuck Bryan LCS, fuck circumcision too. And he's just dropping the top 10, jokes made at the expense of Darth Lopez and his crew over there. Did someone say tacos? And they're just going at it, right? Continuing. So Lopez says, okay.
Jokes there, bro.
Let's do it.
And what it is, hamburgers, tamales, tacos.
Watch this.
You always posing like funny style, bro. Like, I don't even want to do it, bro, because I don't want to, you look kind of foolish, bro. Always like you always got dick on your mind, bro. I'm gonna fuck you. Look like fucking Mojo. That's who you are. That's who you remind me of, bro. You're like our Mojo of the comic book community. That's what your fat ass is.
Oh, fuck, dude. Jesus, bro. What are we getting at? I'm telling you, dude, it's the war.
That's what you are. That's what you look like to me. We're calling names now,
dude.
bro. No, nothing bad to say about you. All that with you, and it's my turn. But first of all, I want to clear some shit. I want to do Razor housekeeping. Niobe, if you hear this, if you watch this, look, I never called you.
He kind of goes in and like,
if synthetic panels.
I love the fact that
you're like
he's
our
full
Mojo
on
of the comic book community.
battle mode right here. He's got the battle gear on and everything. and they just
whatever you want to do.
They're going at it right now, you guys. So
I see some convention promoter in our sphere needs to put together a wrestling ring and just let them go at it at this point.
it's crazy, bro.
This reminds me of WWE right now.
Here's the problem, right? The problem is that at some point, one of them is not going to want to have to deal with drama anymore. You watch. I'm calling it right now. Because here's what happens when you deal with drama. It gets tiring. It gets fucking cheesy. It gets annoying. And sometimes it's hard to deal with it constantly. And you have to be, what is the word? Battle worn, right?
Yeah, but
you got to be battle worn.
Why did they start fighting?
Maybe they're actually smarter than all of us and they're not fighting. They're just doing promos just to get people riled up.
They started fighting. Here's why I think they started fighting. I think they started fighting because Razor wasn't cool with some of the people that Darth Lopez chills with, and that kind of caused a little thing, probably whatever, and then somebody thought that another person stole content. Now here's the problem. The stealing content stuff it's a big deal in these YouTube streets, you guys. When somebody thinks you're stealing content, and no matter if you are or you aren't, they get wild, bro. And it got wild. Razor put out a video the other night where he literally had to go. He knocked everybody off the show and he made himself big and he just went in on them for like 4 minutes. And I was like, holy shit. And here's the other funny thing. So the reason I'm bringing this up is my name keeps getting brought up in this. My name keeps getting brought up in this. And here's what I did. Here's what I did. Okay. Do you guys, I don't know if you guys saw this, but I went on a show of Razor's show. I think I was editing the Hot 10 quickie one night, and Razor was on there, was live.
Was it Razor or what's his name?
Lopez?
No, it wasn't Lopez. It was Razor. And I hopped in with Razor, and Razor was talking to this guy that figured out how there's this new thing with YouTube where you can go into your promotions and pay and have YouTube pay YouTube a certain amount of money to push your video out, right? Like in advertisements. You know how like if you don't have like the premium YouTube, an ad will pop up on your shit every once in a while. Mm-hmm. Well, some of those can be other YouTube channels, right? So it's like an advertisement. So this guy figured out, basically, he said he put like $100 on an advertisement, and you assign one of your videos for it on your YouTube channel. And when you do that, you can basically get subscribers and views from it. You can say what you want in the thing. Do you want more subscribers or do you want more viewers? And you can kind of tell it who you want to. It's basically just a Google advertisement thing for YouTube. They made it for YouTube. So I'm like going, okay, this is crazy. And the guy goes, I got like 3,000 subs in 2 weeks. And I'm like, what? And Razor goes, yeah, dude, I tried it. And I put some money on there and I got like 500 subs in 2 days. And I go, you got to be kidding me. And I immediately pulled up my YouTube and I let them, I think I even let them show it on the channel. And I said, I'm going to try this. So I put up two videos and I said, I'll put $200 between on both of them and see if this is working this much. I'll drop $200 on each of them and see if it works. And it'll promote them through the whole month, right? During that show, both of my videos got denied because of violence, excessive violence. And I think it's because of how we talk. So I put up my videos.
It's not Joe. It can't be.
Yeah. So they got denied. So I didn't get to do it. But my name keeps on coming up because now one of their shots at Razor is that he's buying subs. And so Razor's defense back on him is, well, there's a big YouTuber that tried it too. And yeah, I tried it. I was honest about it. I even think I talked about it on my show afterwards.
Why wouldn't you? I think it makes sense.
Yeah.
Like, why wouldn't
But
you
it totally got denied. So I thought it was funny. I've showed all those the denials and everything. You can see them on Razor's show, but I'm catching a little bit of crossfire in the war, the civil war of the trolls. You know what I mean?
Bryan did it.
So
Did you see in the chat someone said, and I like Lopez, and I feel bad for this, but he's like, Lopez looks like Chet from.
Oh yeah. Well,
So-
Lopez, dude, even Lopez on this, dude. Check this out. This is awesome. Hold on here,
I was like,
bro. This is so good. Wait until you see this. All right, here we go. Watch. So Razor put out a thumbnail. Let me show you this thumbnail. This thumbnail is fucking hardcore, dude. Once you start going into talking about each other's looks, it becomes like it's fucking war, right? So look at this thumbnail that Razor put out, bro. He says that Darth Lopez looks like a boglin. Dude, the boglins, dude, were so great. I had those toys when I was a kid. So Lopez, watch what Lopez does, dude. This is funny.
Ray. What up, Ray? What up, bro? Fantastic work, bro. Fantastic work. I gotta say one thing. I love that thumbnail. You really captured me. I look like the fucking Undertaker. You're right, dude. That was well done. And that's what the fuck I'm talking about, fat boy. I want to see you geeked up. I even got the teeth of a king troll. All right.
And he just went in on him. So he owned it. You know what I mean? Like he said, fuck it. You're going to make fun of me about it? I'm going to fucking own it. And it continues, ladies and gentlemen. It does look like control.
I did not see this whole episode coming.
Me neither.
None of us did, bro. None of us. It's all.
I really liked them together because I figured like they would be a good tag team. Like they could really go at people. Like
I like Darth Lopez and I like
I like
Razor.
both. Yeah.
But you know, Darth Lopez not being in that group because they said that he didn't have personality and he didn't like he's carrying his own. Like I watched Darth Lopez and he's like looking like he's done it for like 5 or 6 years.
He's good, dude.
Like
he found his spot.
I just like, and he's funny as shit. He's hysterical. Like, you know,
I think they both are too. Because like Razor,
Razor, they're both funny. I don't know why they're fucking
fighting,
fighting, man. They should do a show together. And that would be awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of a bummer. I was hoping that might happen too. I will say this:
they would get divorced this quickly.
I will say this: Razor did make a dude. Razor had some really funny. Razor's funny too, but Razor did call. He did make a comment saying that he thinks Darth Lopez is a rat because Darth Lopez was a spy at Renovision. And I will say this: when Darth Lopez was at Renovision, he never talked to me about anything. I didn't even talk to him when he was at Renovision. So I don't know anything about that of that at all. I never got any information from Lopez at Renovision.
Down to the secret formula.
Yeah,
I was about to say, I thought it was always. I've heard Steal Your Vision so long, I forgot. Like,
Steal Your Vision, yes, Steal Your Vision. Thank you. You reminded me. So I didn't start talking to Darth Lopez again until Steal Your Vision gave him the boot because, like you said, Joe, that they thought he wasn't good enough on the show or some stupid bullshit. Yeah, it's pretty funny, but the drama continues. I will also say that there is the return of the goose. The goose has been. It's not that he's returned; it's that he's been around this whole time, but he's just boring now.
Can we actually get him as like the judge, and then have like it'd be a courtroom, and then have like Lopez on one side and Razor on one side? Like that would be a steel cage death match between the three.
Well, that would be. I would put money into that.
People would pay. That would be really good.
Goose has been just really boring lately, so there's no reason to talk about him. But there was a little bit of a return of the Goose that we know. He went and hung out with one of his buddies that he found out was a collector, so he had his buddy on hanging with him. And he did talk a little trash about Swaggle House and how Swaggle House is weird and boring and all this stuff because the interview didn't go well. And I don't think did anybody else take it that way, that like that Swaggle House was weird because of Swaggle House? I felt like it was kind of weird because of Sticky Goose, but I don't know. Maybe I'm a little biased there, but there felt like just a little bit of a return of Sticky Goose. But I think he's dead, you guys. I think you're not going to be able to pull out the fucking chest, shockers to get him. You're going to have to pull out the chest shockers.
I hope they fix the walls.
Yeah, yeah. I do think it's very interesting, but he still gets views, not from me because it's boring. So. That's the return of Sticky Goose, as they say. And I think basically, you guys, that is the end of Drama Alert. And
I will tell you too, with Lopez, it's kind of the first time in a little while, and he may not do this for a while, but he was wearing the mask for so long, like the COVID mask and stuff. That's kind of the first time I'd actually seen him with.
Oh, he's still got the mask. Yeah. I think he was in full on battle gear mode. You know what I mean? Like he was like, okay, I gotta go bust out the fucking.
Like I think if you're hanging out with those guys, having a couple of beers, like I think they would both be just hysterical.
Yeah, if they did a show together, where they were like Stephen A. and Skip Bayless or something, where they would talk about like I could so see that working instead of fighting with each other. Because
not anymore, man. I think
but I think they would get a tremendous amount of views if they could figure that out.
Well, here's the thing, bro. I think you're 100% right, Hood, and let me tell you why. Because it would have been different. There isn't so many people do the same shit out there, right? And what I mean by that is, and I've been saying it for years. And listen, I'm not standing on my high horse or anything by saying this. This is just the truth of the matter. Every comic book show does F.O.C, New Comic Day, Market Report, pickups, right? And now there's a ton of new comic content creators that want to jump in the game, but very few of them try to think of something different to do. And you're not going to win in this game by doing New Comic Book Day, F.O.C, pickups, and top 10 lists in this game, because there's guys who have been doing that for years. And the reason why they've been doing it for years is because people enjoy watching them. They've built a community. You know what I mean? Like there's people out there that do it better and have been doing it longer. And in order for you to take, to try and build upon that, you have to have something different, in my opinion. And that's the hardest thing to do, is to come up with ideas for new content in this world. And I think that would have been interesting. It would have been two of the guys who kind of built their channels and their, what people think of them, based on the world of drama and trolling people and that type of shit, So yeah, it would have been cool. It would have been cool. But Diamond Dave will take us out.
Can you hear me out there? Hey man, don't be squirting water at me. I'm gonna fuck your girlfriend, pal.
Yes.
That's the fair.
From that drama, the Emperor has
feel your anger.
Yeah.
let the anger flow through you.
What is that, Nate? What is that? You're on mute, dude. You're on mute.
What time did it go?
I don't know. You don't want to hear him in the background, but so I was talking to Joe about I got this quick kick and it looks really good, but I mean the bubble is really clear too. Like the card looks good.
Oh my God, dude, that's gorgeous.
But there's a big crease that comes down right here, and I was
Send
like,
it
I
to
know
Joe.
a guy who could probably press that out.
Yep. Such a great character, man.
I remember I only saw this in stores one time, and I got it when I saw it, but
I had it. I had that when I was a kid.
he was hard to find.
John, you had a comics little comic sale that you went to last week. How'd that end up going, brother?
Comic sale. Well,
Didn't you have like
which one
you
was that?
said something that was last Sunday? You had to get up early and go to fucking some comic sale or
Oh
something.
yeah, I had to set up at a show.
Yeah.
Out here in New York. Yeah, I mean, you just want to know how the show went, or
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, people are spending. Today, I this morning I did a show as well, and I expected to be slow, but surprisingly, guys were coming in and buying, some major slabs. Spent good money. Super appreciative of them. A lot of people are return customers, which is really cool. Which is the main reason I really kind of went today. I wasn't really feeling it this morning. Like I thought I was going to pass on it, and then I did remember I told a few people I was definitely going to be there, and they were like hitting me up like 2 days before the show. So I was like, all right, I got to show up because I already told them I was going to be there. But it's surprisingly the show went really, really well. Guys are out there spending money and being very selective what they're buying. They're not buying garbage, buying good books.
Yeah.
John, for you, what sells the best? Is it slabs, raws, like is it
always
spear stuff, or is it kind of a mix?
Well, like today, I sold a boatload of raw books, mostly raw books in person. The only thing that sells slab wise is really high grade key books, and guys that are looking to spend some good money. And then the spear stuff sells really well, but I find that before the show starts, a lot of dealers come to me for the spear stuff.
Yeah.
So obviously it's doing well because also a few showgoers bought some spear stuff, but a lot of dealers that do other shows different places, they're trying to like stockpile them, and they know I have a lot of it. So it's like they come to me before the show starts, and I did some trades though, which works out good for me because a lot of them I get early on, from retail and some percentages off. I get some discounts from my LCS.
Yeah.
So it's kind of cool for me to trade, and I get more value for them that way. But
on the slab,
everything
like the older stuff, is it like older, like kind of silver
yeah.
stuff?
If I I at times I'll bring a lot of timely stuff, Atlas,
wow, yeah,
I kind of dress up the top row of my rack, just to, it's more of a, to draw attention. But then what happens is you get some really, guys with some money, or you'll get a dealer like say Mike Carbonero, and he comes up and he's already like, can I see that? Can I see it? He's like grabbing 4 or 5 books, and I'm like, okay, so it's like, I really don't want to sell them. It's more of just a conversation piece, have people come over and talk and maybe buy something else. But
I had my A3 Daryl Strawberry tops traded the same way back on my first show when I set up when I was like 12. I didn't want to sell it, but someone came up and like, how much is that? I'm like, 60?
Yeah.
They're like, okay. I was like, shit.
It's crazy when somebody's willing to pay the FU price. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, damn, man. Yeah. That happened to me I remember years ago at New York City Comic Con. I had probably the one and only time I had a Spider-Man 129 9.8. I bought it a few weeks before New York City Comic Con, and I brought it and I put it up there just to kind of like get people to come over. And I remember when it was still, I think back then, it was probably
that book will go with that show.
but I mean, back then it was probably around a $6,000 book, 5,500. And some guy asked me how much, and I said $8,000, and he whipped out, like, he was already counting money to see if he can come up with it. And then he was talking to a buddy like, yo, give me like this much more. And I was just like, man, I said, I hope this guy, he wound up paying for it. So, it was the one and only. I didn't even have a chance to really enjoy it.
That's awesome. Actually, one of the guys in the chat asked, like, where'd you set up?
Today I was in Brooklyn.
Okay.
It's Queen's Comic Party, which is Billy Bombs. Super nice guy.
Yeah, we've had.
Yeah, it's a really great show, and it's one of those things where you'll get a whole lot of regulars. However, once in a while you get a lot of people who know certain dealers are going to be there, and I've never seen them before, and they wind up somehow at some point coming to my booth, and it's like they wind up spending money, and it's really cool meeting them. So I try to treat them really cool because I want them to know, hey, if you come back again, come see me. I'll keep taking care of you. I try to undercut all eBay sales. I don't sell anything fair market value. I always go below because I want guys to know you come here in person. Yeah. You're always going to get a way better deal. I try to do at least 25% under eBay. So, this way it makes it worthwhile, and guys keep coming out. So,
but it depends on the book. I mean,
Oh, absolutely. There's certain books that I just refuse to budge on because it's like after I sell it to you, I can't get another one, or I have to pay as much as you to get another one. So, those are the ones where I'll tell somebody, look, it's a firm price and it's really not. But it's like very few that I well, yeah, I wouldn't sell that if I had that.
Can't hide money.
Wow.
Excuse me, John. Are you going to be across the bridge next Sunday at the Clifton Comic Expo?
No. I need once in a while. I really just need to kind of have a break and hang out with the family. I can't be every weekend I can't spend every weekend like at a show, especially like
this is my first convention I've done since the surgery.
Yeah.
So
well, Adam, I usually see you at New York City Comic Con, so
Yeah, I may not. I'm trying to make up my mind on this year because they're doing the Kevin Smith convention in Chicago that same weekend this year.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, hey, the Mets will be in the playoffs the same time when it's going on, so that's where you need to be. You need to be in New York as usual when the Mets are in the playoffs.
Mets, dude.
Dallas Comic Con this weekend, Fan Expo Dallas. I do want to hit on a couple of other things that I heard from Fan Expo Dallas. There are a ton of variants. If you guys haven't seen the variant list at cover price yet, 614 variants. I've heard a lot of talk and rumble about the Fame books. People aren't very happy about them, and it sounds like that could be a story moving forward. Unfortunately, there are a ton of those, but there is something very interesting that I did see and that I reached out and asked about. And it is a tidal wave book, and this is the type of stuff that I love to hear about. Let me show you this. I'm a little bummed that they chose to reprint this because I don't know if you guys know, but we've talked about the variant of this book that is so hard to get, that you see so little of out there, and it's super rare. Well, Trinity Comics did a Fame book with tidal wave for Michael J. Fox, and this is their comic. This is the cover that they decided to homage. Like I said, I'm a little bummed. It takes away from the original variant that's out there that's so rare, but I get it. But here's the cool thing, okay? I'll be honest. If I would have seen this and didn't know this and didn't hear about this, I probably would have shit all over this. But it sounds like Trinity Comics is working with Michael J. Fox's foundation on this. And so it's actually approved by the Michael J. Fox Foundation, and their logo is on the back of this book. It's not Trinity Comics logo on the back of this book.
I was going to say, I wish they put a logo or something on there just to identify that. Yeah.
Yes. So that makes me go, okay, maybe if this is how it's going to play out, and the people that they're doing the Fame book on is getting the money to do it, maybe I feel a little bit better about this. I will never feel good about the getting too close to that IP infringement stuff or some of the other craziness going on. But, Tidal Wave has got to make some changes, and this is the type of change that I could see happening that could maybe give them a little bit more, positive pop out there, because their optics are looking really bad lately. So I'm not too happy of the cover they chose, but I am very happy and ecstatic that Trinity is actually working with the Michael J. Fox Foundation.
Yeah.
And they might be actually doing something where they're going to get autographs for Michael J. Fox on these books. On some of them, I've heard too. So that's very interesting. And I would love to hear what the proceeds, like what the breakdown is on the proceeds. Trinity Comics, hit me up. Let me know. I'd love to hear. And if that's the case, I salute you on that. So that's pretty cool.
He was here with Doc Brown doing an autograph. I want to say it's like last summer, because I wanted to get it.
Yeah, he's a huge Back to the Future fan.
It's just so expensive, like, his, for good reason, like his autograph and everyone in that cast. But like, I originally did look at that cover, but it was so hard to get. And then I started looking at the Campbell cover, that variant, because it looks so good. If you get that done by a couple of the cast members,
yeah,
it's beautiful.
I think the cheapest cast member is Lee Thompson.
Leah Thompson.
Yeah, I think her and I think Tom Lewis, who played Biff, is the two cheaper.
Yes, and then I saw one on Elite 11 that went for $3,000. It was the J. Scott Campbell variant. It was autographed, and it had quite a few. It had Michael J. Fox, and it had Doc Brown, and it had a girlfriend, but it also had, who was the guy? Eat Lead Slackers, the bald
Devin
teacher.
Sawa.
He was on, like, autographed on there,
Lillard.
and I think it actually said like Eat Lead Slackers on there. I'm like, it was really cool. It was a great piece.
I'm thinking of SLC Punk. Sorry. All right. So look at all these these weird books. Okay, finally we're at Fantastic Four. They did a bunch of like Fantastic Four books, I guess. These are all. It just keeps going and going of crap. It's just nothing but garbage. And every once in a while, you'll come across a cool book. Check out this book. Hold on. I did not know about this. All right. Obviously, we love this. That's fucking gorgeous. So, I love the ultraviolet.
I did like reading number 4. I read it this week.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, and the guy is like, "Yeah, let me out of here."
Did you guys? Any of you guys get any of these by any chance? You got one, John?
Absolutely.
John. John Hood. They have their stuff.
Wait, what's
I don't have this one.
Well, John
I scored that.
Go ahead, John.
No, I scored the today the foil number to 10, that pink one that you're looking at, but it's a foil and it's only number to 10.
SOB. Oh my
yeah, that's definitely
dude.
coming with me to Memphis. I'm getting that 1 to 10 signed.
Man, if there was only one, you would have it, bro.
Yeah,
I don't know what.
No, I
what
wouldn't.
do you do?
You kidding me?
Yes,
Mark
No,
Boa
there's a
would
guy.
have it. Yeah.
There's a guy named Mark Boa that would step on me for that.
Oh, that's
and
right. Yeah, I forgot
and then
about
you have also the Todd Father.
Yep.
He's another one, a high roller. I mean, I'm not saying I can't bid because I have won some bids out of those guys, but if there was a 1 of 1, I'm pretty sure it would go for about $2-3 grand, and I'm not that committed to spending that much.
What were the 1 in 10 foils going for?
Day one, they went as high as 400 and, around, I think they topped off just under 5, between 440 and like 480 something. And then today, thank God I waited a day because I got one for like $200 under that price.
Wow.
So I wound up getting number 4 out of 10 which was kind of cool because it's issue 4.
Yeah.
So if you're like a card collector and you put the jersey, yeah. So when I saw it was number 4, I said, well, let me just throw a bid in and see if I get lucky and win it. And I did. And but I won this one for $286 today. So I figure, $200 under just a day later,
And you mentioned Memphis. Mark is going to be going to Memphis Comic Con and doing a signing there. So
bring your guns.
I'll be there. So
make sure you got security because that place is the worst. Great place for a murder. I mean, there's a reason that like the monsters covers will do well there.
For those of you guys that don't know,
do not walk alone at night.
Nate's very good at talking trash about other states, and people love it in the comments. So
it is such. I mean, saying that, saying a tornado could come and do $1 million worth of improvement. That's a city. Right there.
So,
and I will tell you real quickly. I was at the shop Friday because I'm trying to get a Silverhawks 3. So, and they had the foil, they had the metal cover, and Chad's like, "Here you go." I'm like, "Oh my god!" I was like, "Good lord, this thing is beautiful." He's like, "Yeah."
What they charge? What they charge you, Nate?
And I said, "How much is this?" He goes, $100. I'm like, "Yeah, I can't buy that. I just want to read it." I was like, but they don't have any other of the 3s. I'm just like, I'm just trying to get a 3 to read.
Yeah,
but it is
as far as metal
book.
As far as medals go, I probably wouldn't pick that cover if I was going to spend $100 on a medal, because it's a cool cover, but it's nice and foil, and you can probably get a foil for about $10.
I'm a big Silverhawks guy, but like seeing the monster in the background with all the Silverhawks in the front, I'm like, man, that's a really good look.
Yeah, because I was offered the medal on that one too, and when I look at it, I was like, it doesn't do anything for me, that particular cover, nor does the Silverhawks series. So I was like, I'll just kind of pass on that one,
See, this is when I need John, and John's like, yeah, that's the one I'm not interested in.
I got these in metal.
Oh yeah, the Red Sonja, Ash.
Yeah.
Those are cool.
So these were for me, worth getting in metal.
Real
quick, the other Spears book, the one that's the regular cardstock.
Yeah.
They just did a drop again today, Davis Ryder, and the cardstock was getting almost $300.
Oh my god!
Holy shit!
Yeah, they're not playing on that one. I think what happens is, it's odd because you would think the foils would be getting, if the cardstock is getting like almost 300, then you'd figure the foils would be getting like 5,
Yeah.
So that's why I'm like, I feel extra lucky that I pulled that off, to get that number to 10. So
there's the Zerdy book that we talked about when he was on.
God, such a good cover.
Yeah. And then so a book that I had no idea about, and Sean was on the show. Shout out to Ken, who just dropped a $4.99 super chat. He says, "Spears still crushing it. Great show, guys." Hell yeah, he is.
Absolutely, yeah.
All right. I did not know about this book, and I want to see what you guys have to say about it. Look at this. Hold on here. What do you think about that?
Description for the blind person on the
This is the Souza Mica Vampirella.
Ooh, all right.
It's a full bust of Souza Mica with her tits just popping out and
testify.
Full.
I think it looks great.
That is a killer fucking cover. And
I'm not a Vampirella person, but I think that looks really good.
Yeah. There's foil.
I like the way Souza Mica made it look vintage.
Yes.
Like the fucking 70s, dude. You know what I mean?
Gorgeous.
Like,
it does.
That's what I thought it was.
Yeah.
I thought somebody cropped one of the old school.
Yeah. What's his name? Not Jose Garcia.
Could
Lopez,
be Boris or Frazetta.
Who's the famous? If Nick's still watching, he's gonna get mad at me over forgetting who this is. Who the famous artist?
Igor says he picked that up.
Yeah, I love this, man.
Nice.
I'm gonna have to get me one of those.
I think the foil looked better than the regular, obviously, but I like the color background they use off her eyeshadow.
Yeah, kind of like that's the way the chicks did it in the 70s, bro.
Totally. Her
Hell
hair.
Yeah. Masota!
Limited to 500. So
I gotta tell you, my problem is I'm not really looking at her eyeshadow.
when I did
not when you got puppies like that.
When I did the thumbnail, I was like, I couldn't find a place to put the Fan Expo Dallas, and I was like, I can't just put it right over her boobs because that's the whole point, right? You know?
No.
No.
You do not mess up with Sosa Micah's art. No, sir.
No.
She said she's in Dallas, right? Because I think she's living in Dallas now, right?
Yeah, and she's signing there, so people.
Oh, she lives there now. Because I remember when, like, was it Leg and Drew had met her for like lunch when they.
She used to be in California.
It was a while back, though.
Yeah.
I think she was living in California for a while.
Yeah, now she lives in Texas.
Nice.
I think she went to Austin. Was it Austin or Dallas? I don't know. But yeah, she's there signing. There's a lot of people signing at the con. I saw Big Legs.
See, her signature would look badass on that book.
Agree.
Mm-hmm.
Totally.
Yep.
Totally agree. Speaking of signatures, check this out. New pen by Sharpie called Paint Like. It's called, I don't know what it's called, but it's Paint Like ink that never bleeds and pops on light and dark surfaces.
Hey, let's get Mark on, bro.
Right? I mean,
game changer, bro.
That's perfect for Mark.
Bro, yeah, I could still, man. Mark needs an agent, bro, because I'd have him fucking doing ads for Sharpie and shit, dude.
Yep.
It's so funny how we have completely different perspectives on this, because I'm thinking about as kids, I'm like, oh god, they can write anything in the house or just like anything on the walls and like.
No, but that
like,
honestly, take a pack of this shit to fucking Comic-Con, bro.
Yeah, I would like to see on how they write on comics, and they could just look really fucking good
instead of using the ones where you got to constantly shake them and shit like that.
Yeah. It looks like it is a paint pen, Derek. By obviously it's just a paint pen, but it's by Sharpie,
but it's Sharpie, bro.
Yeah. So hopefully it dries quicker, maybe. I don't know. It just looks like it would look really good.
It's the little things that make me happy, dude.
Amen. Amen, brother.
That's if that existed, I wouldn't have gotten into a fight with Donnie Cates, bro. You know what I mean?
Speaking of Donnie Cates. Donnie Cates was supposed to be in Dallas, but I don't think anybody's seen him. So that's not good. Is anybody watching? Did anybody see Donnie Cates in
Maybe
Dallas?
they should go to a certain house in Corpus Christi in the backyard and see if he's there.
Look, you know what? Check Twitter because he was always on Twitter. Let me see. Donnie Cates.
I haven't seen anything in my feed from him in like 2 months.
Donnie
That really
Cates.
sucks.
Where are you?
You want to see something really cool? Check this out. Look at this guy. This embellishes this cover.
Oh, the cards. Very cool.
Why can't covers like this be made these days? Watch how beautiful this is. This is one of the most beautiful things.
That's cool. Man, that looks good.
Bro, that now you're talking, bro.
Right?
You can make your own variants.
That's beautiful.
Bro, we don't need artists anymore, bro. No, I got it. I'm gonna make my own variant. I got it, bro.
King of the Golden State, is Donnie Cates alive? That's what we're trying to find out. That's what we're trying to find out, man.
I don't want to go that far, bro.
That is a Final Cut design on IG. That was pretty fucking cool. That was actually really cool.
Final Cut design.
Did you guys hear about the rumors and stuff that's been going on with the movies? Did you guys hear about the final? There's talk that the final scene, the end credit scene for Fantastic Four, got leaked. Did you hear that?
I heard it was potentially a fake leak.
Look at Nate.
Right? What?
You're gonna go check the Columbia Miami score if y'all are talking about this.
Okay,
Right
go
as soon as he, and then Doom did what?
So everybody's saying fake scene, but who knows, man? Who knows? There was also talk that the same guy who saw the movie and talked about it, that My Time to Shine Hello guy, was saying that the test audience leaked it, and there's also was a scene that Chris Evans shot, and he was supposed to be in the movie, but it wasn't in the movie for some reason. So a lot of people are saying that it's just like something that they're just testing. It's not going to be the main thing, but who knows? There was also a bunch of leaks from Superman, which is kind of interesting. There was leaks about Metamorpho, leaks about Ultraman, which is kind of cool. And then this was cool. Check this out.
Holy shit. I just walked out of the Sony panel at CinemaCon, and here's all the biggest things that happened. Number one, and probably the biggest thing, we got footage for Spider-Man Beyond the Spider-Verse. The director said...
Look how badass that looks. That looks so dope. All right, here we go.
Got footage for Spider-Man Beyond the Spider-Verse. The director said that this was, again, a new, different type of animation style. I was like, how new could it be? It's new! We got scenes of Miles fighting Prowler Miles. We got scenes of him teaming up with Prowler Miles. We also got confirmation on the story saying that Miles is a fugitive across the multiverse from all the Spider people. The trailer shows a lot of things, but mostly we hear iconic quotes from the last two Spider-Verse movies. We also get a shot of a fateful meeting between Gwen and Miles, and just look at this. The movie is set to release in June 2027. But we also...
That's too fucking long, man. I wish that movie... They shot that movie specifically to have it out quickly, right after each other. I don't understand the point of having to wait that fucking long for that movie.
It's even longer than a cross at this point.
It's stupid. It's ridiculous.
They might be releasing it that late because maybe if Miles comes out of that
Great
multiverse
point.
into real life, that might be how he comes through, in like segues into like what is that, Battle World or something?
Yeah,
So maybe they have to time it. You know what I mean?
Great point.
So
yeah,
because if, like you said, it doesn't make sense, but if you try to like figure out why they did that, then it might be the reason.
Yeah, great point. All right, we do have F.O.C. to end the show off, and we got some good picks for F.O.C. Shout out to Lefteros. But I got to be honest, I love the Akira homages, but there's too many of them. There's probably been like 5 Akira homages in the last 2 months. It's too much.
Too many.
Yep. So Barbarella number 5.
The thing that kills me about that homage is when you start seeing them use a guy walking towards a horse, a guy walking towards...
Yeah,
anything that could be ridden, it's ridiculous after a while, and I don't even know what's the collectability of that cover anymore.
Yeah, it's too much.
So
yep, you're killing a good thing. Beneath the Trees Where Nobody Sees, Rite of Spring number 1. This is the new miniseries about Beneath the Trees world. So there you go. You got a Scotty Young cover. Doesn't look like Scotty Young, does it? I mean, kind of. You have to really look hard. But there you go. New series for Beneath the Trees. Captain America number 1. This is the Ben Harvey cover, but the Lobos cover is fantastic too. So there's a ton of covers for this, obviously. So Chip Zdarsky series for Captain America. Flash number 22. You got Yasmin Putri cover. And, Godzilla Destroys the Marvel Universe number 1. First appearance of Godzuki. Where did Hood go? He's always talking about Godzuki, and we finally have him show up on the show, and he takes off. So Hood's going to be buying this.
He's going to go rob that guy at the flea market of the other Star Wars cards.
Yeah.
Or figures.
Yep. And then Illuminati number 1, a dark conspiracy tale presented by Charlemagne the God from the Breakfast Club. And they did a DMX Flesh of My Flesh, Blood of My Blood album cover homage. It's from AWA. Heard a lot of people talking about this book. There's also Bill Sienkiewicz art, which is interesting. So have to check it out. And here we go. Look at that fucking cover. That's such a good cover. Mark Spears Monsters #2, 3rd print. That's beautiful.
John probably knew about this last year.
Yeah. Do you have the 1 in 20 on your thing to show?
Yeah.
The 1 in 20 is really cool.
Yeah. And then here we go,
That's
everybody.
nice.
Yeah, we talked about it. This is the Mark Spears connecting cover for Absolute Universe. For the what is it, like 12 printings? I can't remember.
I really like that Superman.
Yeah.
I don't know why, if it's almost like his boots and the arms like glow. They just stand out so much.
Yeah, it looks dope.
Yeah.
So it looks good when they're all together. And that is the Lefteros cover price list. Of course, we got to go stop by our boy Billy's just real quick to take a look at everything over there. They're doing foils in that. You guys can get them in foils for that too, so which is very interesting. Cool. This is a really good Inhuck Lee cover too. I like her tattoo. It's dope.
It looks good, but it's almost like you're copying Magic Sword.
Yeah, and her face is a little dull. Looks like Caitlin Clark.
But I like the tattoo. Like, I think that's a good look for her.
Yeah. And that's a cool one too. Look at this one. Ooh, that's really good. Who's that? Reiko Murakami. I like that. That's really fucking good. I like the texture of the background. I like the glowing lasso. I like everything about that is excellent. Good cover. Amazing Spider-Man #7. You got the Bermejo Black Cat cover, which is
that is awesome.
Mama.
Man. Bermejo. He doesn't even get enough love. Like, he's just, wow, that's really good.
This is kind of cool. Archie's facsimile #6. Archie's pal Jughead #78. That's kind of an interesting cover. Is that what it really looks like? I've never seen that Archie's cover, the old school one.
That's one of the Jugheads I'm not familiar with, so I'm not sure.
I want to see.
See, I was almost thinking like Detective 38, but I was like, but there's no Robin breaking through that big circle.
That's a cool cover. I've never seen that cover.
Well, that's an actual homage to like a monster magazine or something.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I would at the show. When I was at the show today, somebody had a long box full of Archie homages and a long box of nothing but homage Archie covers. So apparently, there's just literally more than 100 of them. Like it's insane. I never saw so many homages, all Archie though. So
yeah, that's cool.
There's a lot of them out there. So
let's see here. This is Beneath the Trees. This is a Tony Fleece American Psycho variant.
It looks like Teddy Ruxpin is going to murder someone.
I know. It's creepy as hell.
Creepy.
Thanks, Nate. Now I'm going to have Teddy Ruxpin stuck in my head all night.
I don't think I was wondering if even when people would know who that is.
You got the Bermejo
It's
Green
a guy
Goblin.
from the 80s that creeped me the fuck out.
That's such a good cover right there.
It is.
So that's
you're showing your age, Nate.
Yeah, Teddy Ruxpin. Here's they got a Marvel Rivals Captain America. So they're back with the Marvel Rival stuff. Okay, look at this. 1 in 200. They did a 1 in 200 of the Lobos. Hold on here. Final Order Cutoff.
I'm just looking at the chat. Huey Lewis died?
Did Huey Lewis die? No way.
Killed a Corky. Just put in. Oh man, that's awful.
All right, hold on. Where is the variant?
I think my favorite part about Huey Lewis is in The Office when Michael Scott's selling Bruce Springsteen tickets, and he has Huey Lewis playing in the background. Like that's not Bruce Springsteen.
This is a 1 in 200 right here. A 1 in 200. You can get that, or you can get with the trade dress for $5.99.
Give me the $5.99, Bob.
I like it, but I like the 1 in 200 better. I don't like the.
I like both, but
yeah,
200.
Yeah.
I don't know. I kind of like the Captain America in the back.
I liked
the
it
trade
better.
looks cool.
I felt like I saw another copy where it was all grasslands behind him, and it didn't have this cockpit thing, whatever this is.
The trade almost makes it look like a timely book.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good call. Yep.
So there's that.
Actually, it's a timely trade. I just realized that.
Yeah. Let's see here. You got DC Sonic the Hedgehog number 4. Department of Truth number 31's got a great Martin Simmons cover. Look at this. Ooh.
Oof.
Dude, I feel like you could go back through all the issues for Department of Truth, and they've got more like really, really good variants and a lot of lines. Like, I mean, they've got some good ones.
Yeah. Damn, that's fucking good. I gotta add that to Martin Simmons to my list. Fantastic Four's got a ton of fucking covers, right? Oh, this is Fantastic Four First Steps.
Yeah,
Feral
so
number 14. There you go. I gotta catch up with Feral.
Yeah, I saw it in the stores. I didn't realize it was on 13. I was like, oh man, I'm way behind.
Yeah. I love this Godzilla right here. This is John Tyler Christopher. I like that.
That's a cool
lot.
cover.
Yeah. There's the Godzuki.
Uh-huh.
Green Arrow. Green
I just picked up
Lantern.
23 today. I tell you what, Zermonica, he's a really, really good artist.
Yeah, that's a good cover right there.
All his stuff is just beautiful.
Green Lantern's supposed
He
to
does
be
a
really
great
good
job.
right now. Are you reading Green Lantern right now, Nate?
Yeah, I love. Yeah,
It's good, right?
it's really good.
Gunslinger Spawn. Look at this Bjorn Barons. Bjorn Barons is so freaking good. Look at that. Damn, that's good.
It looks like an alien below. Like this looks like a Bryan cover.
It is, dude. This is a great cover. Look how good that is. It's even got tentacles. Harley Quinn 52, Nakayama, Nubovich. Mercado is on another level right now.
Yep.
He's a top 5 in the game as of right now. He's just on fire.
I just read 6 today at Hyde Street.
Yeah.
So it's such a good series.
All the Ghost Machine stuff is good, man.
Yep.
Again, more of Image and Skybound just killing it. Mutable Spawn, it's got some good covers. I like the Uribe. We'll go through the ratio variants here in a second, you guys. Scott Koblish wraparound character cover that he's so known for. This is all the DC characters. Cover D of New History of the DC Universe. It's pretty cool. Love Scott Koblish.
I like the Linda Carter look on the Wonder Woman.
Oh yeah, look at this one though. That one's a good one too.
Mm-hmm.
Ryan Sook. But this cover right here is fantastic. Art Germ.
I love that.
Yeah.
It just looks.
The flag makes it look so good. The distressed look. Art Germ killed this. It's gonna be foil too. Ooh. $10.
Little golden age Wonder Woman.
Yeah, that's gonna be a big hit. The Pale Knight. It's a cool cover.
That looks
right there.
cool.
Yeah. I love the Peacemaker. Look at this Peacemaker cover. The
Yeah,
Eagle's
awesome.
got a
We got that
mace,
cover,
a
too.
Morning
Yeah.
Star mace. Yeah.
Very cool. The Eagle makes it.
Yeah. It's pretty cool.
You know, he's carrying Megatron's left hand in that episode 2 when he battles Prime, and Prime has the axe and he has the yeah.
Oh, that's crazy. Sleep. It's creepy.
That's creepy.
Mark Brooks showing what he's known for. That is amazing.
So good.
That's excellent. This will probably be a big deal. The Jaws cover. Pass. And there's a Perillo Wolverine. Ultimate Wolverine. That's good. Uncanny Valley. Okay. Uncanny Valley at number 10. Late release, July 9th. The Mummy has some killer covers. We'll go over those here in a second. And I like this X-Men Scott Koblish retro variant. They're introducing that new X-Men character, right?
Yep.
We got a Chris Claremont Prelude to Future Past #1. This is that story that didn't they put it out on only you could get it in a Kickstarter like hardcover or something, and they finally are putting it out in their own book. So it's called 104.5 X-Men Prelude to a Future Past #1. Look how good that is.
I'm about to say, I hope the story is really good, because if you're going to put something like that, it better be good.
140.5. That says 104.5. It should be 140.5. Yeah, that's weird. They fucked up.
Yep.
All right, that's
It's
cool
early,
cover.
so.
And Rose Besh on that one for Hellfire Vigil. This
That's a
one's
cool
pretty
cover.
cool right here. Look at this. Both these are good. That's a cool cover. And then this one. It's creepy. So, all right, variants, ratio variants. Let's see what we got. You got a 1 in 25 on the Deadpool kills the Marvel Universe one last time by Philip Tan, which is okay. Nothing special. 1 in 10. Sue Lee. 1 in 10. Tony Fleece for Farrell. Here's a 1 in 100 Mark Brooks for it's just the Virgin of the Godzilla vs. the Marvel Universe. That's pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
And let's see here. The Harleys, you got a 1 in 25. That's actually not really that great, but it'll sell for some reason.
That girl with no eyes is the one that's freaking me out.
Yeah,
right
this
in the
one
middle.
right here. Yeah. Wolverine. Thor, look at this one. This one's definitely going to be a big book. Hyde Street number 7.
I love this. So in Hyde Street number 6 in the back, like they have the highlights for, this different serials.
Mm-hmm.
It's so cool. And they also have, just like they do in the other issues, where you can buy like X-Ray or Mr. Ray's like glasses, power ring, all this kind of stuff. It's so well done. Like, that's awesome.
Yeah.
It's going to be great.
Yep. So this will be a big book. This will be on the Hot 10 for sure.
Now, here's the thing. So they have this one, but they also have like a Boo Berry and a Frankenberry. Are they all the same, or they're all?
Oh, they're going to do them for the next 3 books.
Yeah.
They're going to be the 1 in 20s.
Yeah.
So this is for the one coming out July 30th. 1 in 20 for number 8. And
what book is that again?
Hyde
Street.
Street. And here's the 1 in 20 for Hyde Street number 9. That comes out in August. See, yeah. So there you go. It's pretty smart. Those will be big books. All right, monsters.
Oh, is that one in the coffin? The 1 in 20?
Yeah, right here. There you go.
Oh,
Right?
That's a great cover.
That's fucking excellent. See if I can get rid of that ad. Hey, Zabit, what was that ad blocker that Zabit was talking about the other day? Blue something? Chat, do you remember what it was? I got to get a new ad blocker. But that's a great cover. Damn, dude. All right.
See, John lets us know about the. He's got the inside scoop. He lets us know.
Look at this Ramos, number 1 in Marvel 1 in 25. Humberto Ramos.
Oh, I'm a big fan of Ramos, like
So
especially
am I.
his Strange Academy stuff. Like his
Yeah.
art was perfect for that.
This is great right here. This is good
Yeah.
Ramos. I don't like Ramos Spider-Man because it's too angular and straight, but I love other Ramos. He did a really good series called Revelations back in the day. You remember that?
I don't remember that one. I don't think I've seen
Dude,
that
you
one.
got to check this out. Humberto Ramos. This is where I first became a fan of Humberto Ramos. Look at this art. What's going on here? Huh? What? What's going on?
I say, how was that?
All right, look at this. It's going to do it again.
Mm-hmm.
You brat bastard. All right, here we go. Here we go. Nope. I can't find it. Humberto Ramos, Revelations.
See, I was going to tell you the one thing I liked about Ramos, his Spider-Man, was it just feels like it makes me feel like a kid, like reading Spider-Man, because the way he draws him. But there, I get the part about the angles, like it's a little too hard for Spider-Man, but I think that's a great Fantastic Four.
Here it is. Look how good that looks, dude.
It does. It really does.
It's like this weird mosaic style that he did. So this is the re-release by Boom. But the original was through Dark Horse. Was it through Dark Horse?
Dark Horse? Yeah, I saw that at the top of the
Yeah.
page when you first hit on it.
That's the, hold on, that's the ash can. Here you go. Look how beautiful these covers are.
Yeah, it looks.
It's a really
That's
good
cool.
series. Old school Ramos. Totally up my alley, like the historic, Vatican bullshit.
Mhm. Yeah.
So Paul Jenkins did the writing. Yeah, great series. I suggest it. All right, where were we at? Variance. Ratio variance. Okay, there's the monsters. You got a 1 in 50 Patrick Gleason for Marvel 1 with the Maker and Spider-Man.
Very nice.
You got a 1 in 5 Mega Man 0 Timelines #1. All right, I told you they were going to do it, you guys. We all knew it. Miles Morales #33, second printing, 1 in 25 Torrin Clark. They just made all those B covers that were selling for $30 a piece a week ago just tank. So there you go. Be happy. Get this one now. All right, The Mummy. Look at these. There are two of the best covers. This is the 1 in 50 by Anwita Satraya. I hope I'm saying that right. That is gorgeous. That is beyond beautiful.
I love the eyes on both of them.
Look at this one. 1 in 75 Maria Wolf.
I gotta tell you, besides since the sound wave or the Cobra Commander, that's one of her best works.
Yeah, she's so good. She's really good.
Because I feel like I feel like more like Maria Wolf, it's kind of hit or miss a little bit because the Thundercat she did, it's a total miss for me.
Yeah, I didn't like the
Thundercats. That looks great.
Yeah, that one was really good. All right, and that is New Comic Day. So, or sorry, that was F.O.C. That was F.O.C. for June 2nd. Have fun. Go put them on your list. All right. These were some of the. Hold on here. Okay. We forgot to talk about this though, but this is what they were talking about on the Mark Miller, Rob Liefeld interview. So everybody's saying that Mark Miller totally trolled the comic book world because he put out this cryptic IG post saying like, I met up with CB Cebulski today and we talked about this great idea and yada, yada, yada.
Yeah.
And it turned out, and everybody thought that Mark Miller was going to be doing this like team up DC Marvel thing. Well, it turned out, nope, he's just doing a Kickstarter for this Psychic Sam series. So it's him and Ramita Jr. again. So if you guys want to go check it out,
Vintage Mark Miller.
Yep.
I would actually pay for them not to send it to me. I don't want. I mean, like it's just everybody JR draws. They all look the exact same.
Yeah.
Guys and gals, like they just.
Yeah.
This is not good.
I do agree with Liefeld though that my favorite JR stuff, other than like early Spider-Man that he did way back in the day, is the Kick-Ass stuff. But now that's what everything looks like. Everything looks like Kick-Ass, over there. So that kind of sucks.
And the one part is, didn't he draw the 9/11 Spider-Man?
Yes, he did.
Inside, because like I've seen some really stuff. I think he's done a really good job of with the black covers, like drawing the towers and stuff like that, or a Spider-Man face. Like I think some of that stuff, I would like to have one, something like that, where he's personalized. But
actually, Scott Hanna, who did the inking, does that a lot too. With the 9/11 book.
Yeah,
with that silver pen on that black cover, it's it's really good.
I got some couple new artists, IG art spotlights to show you before we call it a night. This is Johnny Caballero. I think it's how you say it. Johnny Caballero art.
In Fuego.
Yeah.
That's pretty fucking.
Look at that, dude. She's got the old school Mega Red X-Men shirt on. It's
That's
cut in half.
The best part about it.
That is excellent.
On. Yeah.
So I thought that was really fucking good. There's also this by Wesley James, goes by Wooden Cyclops on IG. This is right up my alley. This is awesome. Really dope artist.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's sick. That's really good. And then this blew me away. She's a mural painter, Naomi Haverland. Look at this.
That's insane. Where is that?
Painting a mural inside the Dolly Museum.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Look at that. Check out some of her shit. This is amazing. Really love graffiti art and mural stuff in new cities I go to. I always try to search them out, if I have time. And I love shit like this. Look at that. So, very fucking cool. Go show them some love. Great new artists. It's always fun to find new artists, and people doing cool new things, just like this. Look at how crazy this is, dude. This is creepy as hell.
I'm about to say, this does not feel like it's going the word it shouldn't.
This is fucking creepy, dude. And I would totally buy one. Look at that. Paints him up. Oh. Dude, look at that.
That is.
Look at that.
That
Oh
is
my god.
that's made for San Diego.
Can you imagine like shaking her hand if she had that on there? And you're like, what is that? And she just goes like this. People would have heart attacks, bro.
Yeah, they would freak out.
They would have heart attacks if she started shaking people's hands. What is that? It's all like gooey and gross. Oh my god, dude.
That's the part that's just.
Oh. Dude, look at that. I gotta go back to that. I gotta keep going back. Oh, bro. It's every dude's fantasy right there.
Yeah. Boy, I'm like the hand
Can
job.
you hear me out there?
Sorry about that. Mistake. We're not done yet, you guys. Don't worry. We're almost done now. You guys got anything going on coming up? Anything interesting? Yes, no?
Let's see. Just doing my usual puppet show on Wednesday night at 8 p.m. And gonna be set. If you're in Clifton, New Jersey, I'll be at the Clifton Comic Book Expo on next Sunday. Set up.
Well, I will be selling comics tomorrow night on eBay Live. And here's some of the stuff that we'll have. Look at that. Combo pack of the Damien Rest in Peace cover. First appearance of Darkchild. How about that book? That book was recently on a Shaker Report. Early Jenny Frison cover art. How about that book? Nice little Red Sonja. Conan number 24. 24.
Oh, nice. I like that next one.
Bruce Timm. Very rare Dirty Pair.
Tough book.
Green Lantern number 11. The black Necron, right? So that'll be available. This rare David Mack. Rare Preacher AMC promo. Rare 1 in 25 Black Panther number 1 variant. And another rare Jenny Frison. Really rare. This is Dreamers number 6 Jenny Frison variant. Wow. And then we'll also have one of the Patrick Bateman cards. The Sickness has had a new issue out. This is the 1 in 10 variant for number 1. Tough book right there. Beautiful cover. And then, of course, we'll have lots of fun stuff like, old school Marvel and first appearance of Carnage, stuff like that. Rare 1 in 50 or 1 in 75. I can't remember. Art Adams. And then 1 in 100 and 1 in 200, Alex Ross, Doctor Strange, among other stuff. So that'll be tomorrow night, eBay Live, probably around like 9:30 Eastern. So come hang out with us. Appreciate that. Much love to everybody that subbed up tonight and over the last couple of days. I want to give a big shout out again to everybody that supports the channel. Whether you guys realize it or not, it doesn't really matter, but I'm just going to say it anyways. It costs a lot of money to make quality content. And what I mean by that is if people use like, StreamYard or Premiere Pro or, quality equipment, stuff like that, it costs money. And the people that do give super chats or become members or gift members, it's absolutely amazing, and it helps beyond. I can't even explain how much it means to content creators when you guys do that. So shout out to everybody that did that tonight. That was a big deal. Shout out to Ken for dropping a $4.99 super chat. Usagi Girl dropping a $19.99 super chat. Wonder World Comics. Shout out to Dennis dropping a $4.99 super chat. Of course, Alex and Derek and Ronnie and lots of other people always gifting memberships. That means a ton to us over here at Beyond Wednesdays. And if you guys get a chance and you want to also support Beyond Wednesdays, go to the Beyond Wednesdays website, beyondwednesdays.store. So if you go to that website, you can, it's basically not just a store, it's our whole it's with the whole website. And you guys can go get the grommets variant. I think I'm out of stock on the 1 in 25 variants, but I do have
the other day.
Yeah, I do have the number 7 exclusive that is limited to 500. I do have those available in singles and in sets with the A cover, and then I'll be making sets with the 1 in 10, so because I still got a bunch of 1 in 10. So appreciate that, Derek. So go check out beyondwednesdays.store. It's our it's the new website where you guys can check out all the things that we'll be putting up for sale on there, about all the crew over here. It'll take you to the YouTube channel, and it'll also take you to the eBay store. So, but if you want, you guys can just go to the YouTube page, and over to the right, it says store, and you can buy stuff over there too. So go check those out. And yeah, this one's out of stock, so but these are still available, and there'll be other stuff up there. So appreciate everybody for helping support this channel. We're finally at the point where hopefully it'll start paying for itself in year 3, and you guys make that possible. And a big shout out to everybody that supports us just by watching, hanging out with us in the live chat. I got to be honest, you guys, that probably means just as much to me as the people that, you know, support financially. The guys that hang out with us in the live chats of these shows, they not only make the shows fun for even more fun for us. I don't see it happening at other places. It's very interesting, and we're building a really cool community over here that I think has taken years to build. And the proof is in the pudding of how active our live chat is during live shows, the comments that you guys leave after show, starting on Thursday nights, it'll either be Thursday nights or Monday nights. I'll be doing my members only comment, where I just go read comment sections of not only my videos, but other videos. And we just hang out with the members. It'll be live shows just for the members only. And so we're going to start doing that soon. So big shout out to all you guys. We appreciate you. We love you. And even bigger shout out to all these guys on here that hang out with me
Bryan,
on these 3-hour shows. So
before you sign off, can I throw something out real quick?
Yes.
Anybody that's in the New York area, next Saturday on June 7th between 1 and 3 p.m., Lou Ferrigno is going to be signing at Royal Collectibles, which is my LCS.
Ooh.
That's the original, the OG Hulk from the 1978, 79 TV show.
Yep.
Also, he's Mr. Olympian, played Hercules. So if you're anywhere, you know, in the area, or you can't make it, give them a call. Or you can follow them on Instagram, Royal_Collectibles. And if you want to get like the prices and you can't make it and you want to type, you know, like maybe, yeah, he's got some nice stuff that you can get.
I think it was
you can get some
personalized.
Right.
It's 100 for regular, not personalized.
Yeah.
That's good. Not
So,
bad.
but if you want to meet him in person, you know, he's going to be there between 1 and 3 next Saturday on
He
June 7th.
looks good too. He was here when I got the Hama stuff and the Wilkins stuff for leg. He was right down, and I was like, man, it's like I still wouldn't mess with that guy. Like he looks good. Looks great.
Yeah, that's
and I'll be there all day Saturday. So if anybody's there wants to hang out and you know, hang out even after the signing, so
I'm gonna try to stop by.
Well, there you go.
All right, Adam.
Good shit. Adios.
Thanks a lot, Bryan.
No problem, brother.